All right, everybody, welcome to the Nerds of Combat Show. I'm your host, Static, along with my co-host to the right here.
Greatest. My name for the week.
All right, we got Dub Greatest over here, and then to my left, you got.
What's up? What's up? Moji. How are y'all?
All right, and on this show, we talk about everything nerd related, whether it's comic books, video games, movies, TV shows, all that good stuff. And we have a back and forth with one another and the audience as well. If you look to your bottom right, you see a raise hand button. At any given time, if you want to weigh in on a topic or have a topic on your own, you can raise your hand. We'll give you the megaphone, or you can come up, not give you the megaphone, but come up to the microphone here and speak, and you'll also be on camera. Now, this week we have a lot to cover, so this is a special episode this week. It may go longer than we usually do. We did start later, at 7 instead of 6, but as you all know, San Diego Comic Con is going on, and they're dropping stuff as we speak as well. So we're gonna be talking about a lot of those different things. For starters, is there
Bro.
anything particular you want to start with?
I wanted to start with. I mean, there's things that I still haven't even seen. So, I mean, I was kind of relying on y'all. Like, I still want to see the Shazam trailer. They just dropped the She-Hulk trailer. So I'm just trying to dig into it. I've been holding
All right,
off.
what about you, Moji? Is there anything particular you want to start with?
Oof.
Loaded question, right?
No,
On a day like
not
today.
really. I think we
Okay,
we just dive into
We'll
whatever.
just go down the barrel.
Yeah.
We'll just go down the barrel to
Yeah.
start with. All right.
They just
So
announced the Daredevil Charlie Cox series 2024.
yeah, so
Yeah.
okay, let's start with that. They don't have a trailer for it or anything like that, but we'll go ahead and discuss that with the Daredevil Charlie Cox. So the question is, are they going to continue off the Netflix uh storyline, or are they just bringing in the actor and starting fresh?
They said it's gonna be starting off phase 5, and it's called Daredevil Born Again. That's all I know about it.
Mm.
Okay, so just based off the title, I'm gonna assume it's basically a revamp. Maybe
Uh, JC.
my bad, my goddamn
Hey,
tracking.
JC, Comic Book Cast on YouTube has like a summary of what's going on it just from just a few minutes ago if you want to look it up.
Okay. Um, but from what uh, not a complete revamp, but it's like a rebirth thing. Like maybe they're keeping the original storyline from the Netflix series, but now that
Hmm.
they're putting him in the MCU, he goes through something to where he starts actually changing his tactics. He's a new born again hero, probably a new suit, of course, and entering a new landscape that he has been a part of but hasn't, because we haven't seen him in the MCU, but he's been Daredevil for a couple years, and and in those Netflix series, they have mentioned moments from the MCU in those shows. So
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
just a question of like what direction they're gonna take on that. I know I want to fucking see it. Like, there's no way I'm not watching it, and especially if they're going to keep the signature they had for Netflix as far as being, gruesome and straight up vicious Daredevil. Like I want to see that. I hope they don't fucking dumb it
I
down,
mean,
uh,
they're
like
adding
they
Right.
do other stuff.
the Deadpool movies on Disney Plus, so if they could do something like that without heavily censoring it, I hope they don't censor it. But if they could do something like that, then
Yeah,
it's possible they can keep some of that brutality in the Daredevil show from the Netflix series, like you're saying.
yeah. And Jamie, I see your hand up. We're gonna have you come down in a moment. What was you about to say, Dub?
Nah, I mean, I'm anything Daredevil. Like, I'm pretty much for. Um, I always felt like he was a little slept on, maybe because of Ben Affleck, but not necessarily the character himself.
Yeah,
I'm for it. I'm for it.
yeah, yeah. I'm all for it. All right, Jamie, come on down. come on down to the spotlight here. Stand in front of
Hey,
the
how's it going,
microphone, and
guys?
what's going on? Welcome to the show.
Yeah, this is great. I've never seen the show before, so it'll be interesting to see it on YouTube. I need to check it out. But just going off your point with Daredevil, basically what's happening is it has been hinted by the producers in the past that this is going to be its own. Sorry, the Netflix was a separate timeline. So how it worked was when it went to the end of Avengers, that was the beginning of the Netflix cinematic universe, and then it split off into its own tangent where it was not connected to the movies, and then the movies carried on in a straight line. So basically, how it's working is it's still technically part of the Netflix cinematic universe, but since the multiverses is colliding, it's technically now colliding with the main MCU in the middle,
So
but it's still technically its own timeline, if that makes sense. So it will now go from Avengers, and then it's going to skip a lot of it, and then from this point forward, the events will start correlating with the movies and TV show.
Gotcha.
From
let me
what
make sure I'm interpreting this correctly. So I'm gonna use this example to kind of glue it together. Of course, you've seen, in game where they have to go back in time and they mess with the timelines and stuff like that.
Yes.
That moment where the Ancient One is showing Banner the main timeline string, and like if you come here, this branches off, it creates another timeline. Are they basically saying the Netflix universe is one of those branch timelines it's connected? It's not. It's one of those branches. It's one of those alternate timelines. It's not like actually happening in the real timeline. Those are something alternate. Is that what you're saying?
Right. But it's unfortunately a lot more complicated than that because of how everything has been with their timelines, because they originally wanted it to be part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe on Netflix, but then they decided the same way with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., they did not want it connected at all. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. got connected to the events of the MCU until after Captain America's second movie, and then after that they went through their own timeline. This is what's happening with MCU. So if you can imagine, I'm not sure if you can see my hands correctly, but if you can imagine, this hand is the main timeline, and this hand is the Netflix timeline. So how it worked is it went there as soon as Avengers hit, the Netflix spinned off into its own timeline, and then the movies carried on. And then what's happening is the Netflix is now crossing over, so it will start being part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but technically its own timeline.
Okay, so it's its own timeline, but it eventually collides into the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So everything that happened in the Netflix universe, it happened, but once it collides with the main MCU universe, it's everything else is like basically they have no knowledge of that stuff that happened in the Netflix universe, even though that is collided.
They have no
at a
knowledge
certain
of.
Point.
Netflix doesn't have any knowledge of some events in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and the Marvel Cinematic Universe does not have any events of the Netflix. But because of how Loki messed up with the timeline, it is now going up and down all over the place. So, and that is how Daredevil now exists in following No Way Home, because he was always technically there, but his events in the net, it's so complicated. They've unnecessarily made it so complicated. But the Netflix series did not exist, but the characters still existed. So his events in Netflix did not happen. And then the Marvel
it's good.
Cinematic Universe had its own thing, but it's so fucking complicated. But now
Yeah,
technically it did exist because now they are
I see you,
combining
Frisco.
Netflix, Marvel Cinematic Universe's Daredevil, and it's now its own person.
Yeah,
So they
I think it's
two
just
have become one. It's so complicated. Marvel have messed
yeah.
up. I don't know why they just didn't say from the start Netflix is part of it, but it won't have any effects on the movies or vice versa. That's all they had to say, but no, they've made it so complicated to try and justify the fact that it's moved away from Netflix now. But hey, I'm not a producer. I don't make the money. They know what they're doing, apparently.
Yeah, like I think whatever medium you choose, like once you start implementing alternate timelines, it's always
Mhm.
confusing as shit. Like it's always, no matter what medium you look at, it's something that you just gotta hope you can keep up with
I mean,
and
look
just
at Back
enjoy
to
what
the
they give
Future.
you.
They actually did time travel right, but then it got mocked in Avengers. So it's like, is it real or not?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
anyway, thanks for having me.
All right, no problem. Appreciate
Thanks
that,
for the
Jimmy. Hope you
comments.
stick around for the rest of the show, and then also too, we can get you to the open world part.
Oh, we did that already.
With it. Already
We
did that.
already
Okay,
got
good shit.
that done.
All right, good
Yeah.
shit. All right, Frisco, you got your hand raised. Come on down.
What's up?
Frisco.
So
Welcome
I
back,
forgot
man.
how the thanks. This is I like what you guys done with the place. This is dope, man. I marked out when I saw the man cave. Like sick, dude. I love the theme.
Come a little closer to the microphone.
Sorry.
There you go.
Oh yeah, I see it's glowing now. Okay. Yeah, because this is new. I forgot how the raised hand feature works, so I wasn't being impatient. By the way, I clicked it and I was like, "Am I raised? Am I not?" I didn't know.
You
It said I could unmute myself. All right. Anyway, nah. So from No Way Home, with Charlie Cox showing up, I'm a really good lawyer, and Kingpin from Hawkeye. Like I think, I mean they're intertwined. They even said, like you said, JC, you're static. You said, even in the series they call it the events of New York. When Loki brought down the shenanigans. So that original Avengers movie, was talked about in the Netflix series. So yeah, I would only think that you can't ignore that because you're not going to want to insult everybody watching this. That these events didn't happen. That Daredevil hasn't beef with
Right.
Kingpin already. So I'm
Yeah.
thinking that
You also
I
be
don't see how they
surprised at
could.
how you also be surprised at how dumb they think we like these fucking film companies
Yeah,
think we
I know,
are.
but it's like, it's one thing if you recast Daredevil and recast Kingpin, but you got the same freaking actors back because fans wanted it and fans loved their characters and how good they did those roles. It's only going to make sense that
Right.
you're going to hear little talks or Easter eggs, and it's going to happen. Daredevil and Kingpin are face to face again on the screen. It's going to happen, dude. And I just,
epic.
did the whole bullseye, all that, piece by piece, John Bernthal's Punisher. You've heard him coming back. There was talks of that, and like
Yep.
it's, in my opinion, it's got to be tied together in a sense. Maybe not rehash it, talk about the storylines that much, but hint that it did happen. Kingpin might be like, yeah, I know, the Red Devil or whatever, or old friends. There's gonna be like some type of like little punchline where he says something like that. But
Right.
yeah, they obviously can't do that. I mean, yeah, they did have, Deadpool, and Logan that just dropped, and I saw today they showed Marvel Zombies is going to be rated R, or TV-14. Did you guys see that, or am I tripping? I thought I saw that somewhere.
Yeah, I
I
hope
didn't
it's
see
not
that.
14. I hope
I
it's
saw
MA.
something about
Yeah,
Or
I
TV.
want it
Oh,
to be
sorry,
14.
TVMA. You're right. It was TVMA, not
If it's
14.
TV
It was
14, I don't think I want to watch that shit.
I was thinking about WWE going back to TV 14. Sorry. It is TVMA. I saw that they were announcing it. And I saw it from the CBR website. So, but yeah, just my thoughts is it's got to be connected. They're going to be the same characters, but they had their own things going on. But same timeline, if you ask me. Then again, did anybody blip when Thanos snapped his fingers? That's going to be a different story. So, yeah, just my thoughts.
Cool.
Okay.
Appreciate that, Frisco. So
Yeah.
I'm guessing we got a full understanding that everyone is excited. If not excited,
Yeah.
at least willing to watch and look and somewhat looking forward to Charlie Cox coming in as um,
Yeah.
as Daredevil reprising his role. Man, I hate saying his name sounds like saying a porn star name. I swear.
Right.
But, but yeah, so that's the Daredevil. I'm trying to keep everything at a. We got a lot to
Rapid.
cover, so I'm trying to keep everything at a good pace for each subject.
You see,
Um,
there's too much. A bunch of shit. You're gonna do this at least within 2 episodes. Enjoy. It's not like we have
yeah,
much.
but
This is gonna be a weak thing.
Yeah, we
moving
probably
on
not
to the
gonna get
next one.
everything.
Another Marvel
Bayonetta?
piece we're gonna talk.
Oh,
You want to bring up? You want?
no, whatever you want.
Okay. All right. Next piece we're gonna talk about is they gave a little more information on X-Men '97. This animated series that's coming out that we got wind of a couple months ago, as they
Yep.
are continuing the '90s TV show that a lot of us grew up with, loving X-Men and everything like that. It gave the designs and the team members and everything that they're gonna have in it. It's pretty much the same team, minus Jean. Jean wasn't on that thing I saw on that team I saw. Um, let's see if I can actually bring it up for us real quick.
Was
Get a
she in the
good-
original now? Think about
Yeah,
it.
she was in the original. Yeah, Jean was in the original.
I'm at the original lineup back in season 1. I'm trying to remember that.
I don't know if she was in the original lineup for this new series. I'm not too sure.
No. I'm talking about the original series. The original.
Yeah, the
Not
original
new.
series. Yeah,
Yeah,
she was
in
one
it.
of
She was in
the. Yeah,
it.
she was one of the leading characters in that one. Yeah, like her. Scott and Wolverine kept getting into it. Over.
That whole
Okay,
hot
no,
rod
she is there.
business
Who's
and all.
who's missing again? Okay, so Jean is there. Who's missing from here? I don't remember.
Do we have a compare?
Right. I mean,
Didn't they release a teaser or something of it yet?
No, no videos of it. They're still in animatic phase.
No image.
Yeah, the newest image is this one right here, which shows the team and the style, and then you got Magneto, which I think personally, this outfit looks goofy as fuck.
Yeah.
It just don't. It don't look as good as the original Magneto costume
Yeah.
from the
I
original
have to
series.
say it. I miss the helmet. I miss the helmet with Magneto right now. I miss his helmet.
Yeah.
No, Magneto's classic
Yeah.
look.
Yeah.
That-
This
that looks weird.
this Strider scarf cape that he got going on right now too is a little off, considering that it's blue and everything, and the big ass M on his fucking body. It's weird. It's just, he looked more like a wrestler to me than a supervillain.
Right.
Yeah. That's a
So
little weird.
yeah. And apparently he's also supposed to be the leader of the X-Men in this time around. Which I have to go back and watch the original series because it's actually not
Yeah,
that
me
long. It's actually not that long. So I had to go back and see, like, is there going to be a time jump between them or something like that, or is it continuing like right after the apocalypse shit happened and everything? Like I need some clarification. But this Magneto, this looks like Spider-Man in the first Tobey Maguire movie, where that nigga just put on a hoodie and some sneakers and then just fucking went to a wrestling match. Like what this reminds me of. Like he grabbed the tightest clothes he could find in his closet and just put that shit on and walked out.
Yeah.
But everyone else looks the same.
Wonder what made them decide to change it.
I don't know. Like, why change Magneto and then not change everyone else as well?
Right.
I kind of was looking for like a somewhat updated look, yeah, I know it's 97, I get that, but slightly upgraded costumes at least or something like that.
Slightly modern, slightly 90s.
So, but either way, I'm still, when it comes out, I'm still gonna watch it. But based off of what you're seeing, what's your thoughts on the two new images we got for 97 Dub?
Um, I mean, nothing more than what I said previously. Like, uh, it's good to see them. Obviously just tapping it. Like, is the animation the exact same, or is it like a slightly improved version of the old animation, or how did they kind of say
I
that they're
I
gonna deliver
actually,
that?
yeah, I don't know. They haven't. We can only assume that, given the times, that it better be better animation. Like this,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I,
I guess
you
the only
already
reason
hit
why
the.
I'm even saying that is because like
Yeah,
97 is alluded in the kind of the logo and shit. So I didn't know if they
yeah.
was gonna try to tap into that older demographic or what.
So for me, I think it's acceptable to have you got the character design and the colors. You see, the colors are kind of like not
Yeah,
super bright. They got a little bit of that kind of dullness, that 90s dullness to it and everything like that. That's
right,
enough nostalgia for me. And then you got the
right.
cast coming back, and that's pretty much where you should leave the 97 nostalgia. Like, don't give
Right.
us 97 animation. Like, give us new animation, but give us that 97.
Yeah.
Like, don't give us 100% 97 nostalgia, or 97 respect, because I don't think I want to see a very fuzzy cartoon
Like
in
recreation. Yeah.
yeah, in 2022. Like, I don't want to do that, or
Yeah.
2023, whenever this drops. Think
Right.
that if they
Right.
did that, it'll be a turn off for a lot of people. Like, especially now, this whole HD generation and 4K, ultra 4K, all this shit, and 8, all this. You have too much visually. We're too rich visually to give us something that looks
Yeah.
grungy and nasty. Uh,
Yeah. For sure. We're
yeah,
spoiled in
I
that
just,
way.
yeah. It'd
I don't
be
know.
unacceptable at this point. So,
Yeah.
what about you, Moji? What you got for it? Based on
uh,
what you see.
Same, pretty much same as y'all said, same as what Dub just said. I mean, looking forward to it. Gonna check it out, obviously, but I mean, it's not really much I can say based off the material we have available. If we had some
Mhm.
video footage or something, that'd be another story. But yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just looking forward to it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
We'll get to the drops in a couple.
for me, for animated stuff at this point right now, is like I have no my tolerance level is very low at this point because of what we mainly for me what we saw last week with the Dragon Ball shit. Like, if four motherfuckers
Right.
can sit at their house at a computer and makes such a beautiful animation that's 11 minutes long, and it's better than
Mm.
almost anything that you've put out outside of
Right.
the Broly super movie. There's no
Right.
excuse when you got all this stuff backing you. Like, you should not be cutting corners and like that. So, like, now for me, just because of that, like, there's a new standard for me for animation. Like, you
Dang.
need to come with your A game with every animation you do. Does it have to be, you know, fucking Oscar worthy animation everything that you do? No, I get that. There's certain points in in TV shows where you want to save budgeting for certain things and stuff like
Yeah.
that for certain moments. But at least your core scenes, like your action scenes, they better be of the most extreme quality you can give us.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
don't cut
Oh
corners,
yeah.
man.
And to piggyback off that, I mean, me and Moji was talking. That's kind of like what Demon Slayer has said for me mentally as
Yeah,
well.
yeah,
Completely, like I said, anime. It's all cartoons to a degree, but that shit is proof that there's just like a caliber of animation that we haven't peaked at and that we
mhm,
can get to. So I'd like to just see, more developers getting creative in that aspect.
yeah. Like, one, come on down, Frisco. I see your hand up. Like, one of the people that I think would have been, or who was very important to this this style of entertainment, this medium of entertainment, the animation era, choreography and stuff like that is Monty owned. Like we lost a
Monty
very
on. Oh my
creative
god.
mind that could be that could have forced the hands of a lot of these studios to stay at their A game.
Yeah,
You know,
for sure. He was gone too soon.
Frisco, go
Yeah.
ahead.
Yeah, so I'm just thinking, with the X-Men 97, sorry, I still to use the restroom. That's what we're talking about, right? On the screen,
Yeah.
animation. So here's the thing, like, back in the day, it strikes your feelers, right? The Claremont, Jim Lee days, and there was actually a poll released, who's the best X-Men artist ever? Jim Lee. Who's the best writer? Claremont. Like, I saw it. I can send it to y'all later, but it was a poll. And I was like, oh yeah, it makes sense. But that's that time, and that time when the original X-Men show came out, and I remember watching it and just loving it. But even still, back then, when you'd watch it, you'd see like Wolverine, one of his claws is thinner than the other. Like you could just see, some choppy parts of the animation, but it was still just so good. The story, the music, just all the characters, the colors. I'm super stoked for this. I see what you're saying, Static, about what you can do these days. I saw a Magic the Gathering commercial a couple years ago for a set that came out and had like Nico Bolas, and it was like a 30-second commercial, and it had the In the End remix from the band that did it. I forgot the good part of mine now. Yeah, Linkin Park. It had that cover of that song, and it's Nico Bolas and Lillian. I don't know if y'all play Magic, but I was like, this is beautiful, but yet, when you see like animated shows come out, it doesn't hold a candle to something like they did in that show, or on the War of Spark trailer, that was released a few years ago. It was just beautiful cinema, just everything about it. So I like that you're sticking with the old school, 2D cartoon aspect of it. And I'm personally just stoked for it. So it's going to be better animation than the original one, in my opinion, because you go back and watch the original one today, the art and animation probably didn't age that well when you watch it. You're like, wow, but it was also mid-90s cartoons or whatever. So I'm pumped about this, man. As soon as I hear that, I'm gonna lose my shit. I lost my shit.
I'm wondering
when I saw
in
Doctor Strange. They have to, right? Because this is an MCU Disney thing they're doing, and Professor X did it in his intro in Doctor Strange. You had it in the background. You've got to do that. That's just my thoughts on it. But yeah, I'm super pumped about it myself.
Yep.
All right. I appreciate that, Frisco. Yeah, man, it's something that I think everybody's looking forward to. Steam, come on down, man.
Frisco pretty much said what I was going to say. But as far as animation, I think you're in pretty good hands as far as animation is going to look, because there is a kind of happy medium between the rich HD 4K that we're accustomed to nowadays and the 90s. Because I don't think it's too far out. Because especially if you look at some of the HD or 90s cartoons that have been revamped over the years, they don't come out too terrible. Typically.
Hey, look who it is.
This guy who's late, but his avatar isn't.
He has some stuff to take care of. Go ahead, Steam. Go ahead and continue.
Yeah, but that's pretty much as far as I can say. Like, trust what Disney's gonna do with this, or whatever the heck's gonna be animating this. Like, this was done by Fox originally, correct? If I remember right. Studio.
Yeah.
So
Fox,
yeah, and they've got probably the same exact people running this. I think we're in very capable hands with that animation. I think we're in very capable hands.
That might be a stretch. That might be a stretch having the same people work on it, because we're talking like almost 2 decades later. So
not
so,
the originals.
That's a stretch.
Not the originals per se, but as far as the studio and all the skill they had, I think we're in pretty good hands. It might be at least a few guys. So. That's all I had.
I mean, at the very least, they're trying to bring back voices. I mean, I know you probably can't get everyone from the original team, but voices
they can
is a start.
if they can get some of the fan favorites, I think they'd be great.
Yeah, from my
Yeah.
understanding, I think the only one that turned it down was the guy who does Cyclops. I think he turned it down or something like that.
They
Yeah, I
should have
don't think
fucking
you like
called
the
me.
script.
He said, yeah,
I
they
would have
should
done
call
it.
me.
Cyclops died.
Oh, he died.
Cyclops died, and so did Magneto.
The
So those
actors?
voices
You
can't
talking
come
about?
back. Yeah, the ones that did the
Okay.
voices.
Okay.
Well,
Okay.
shit.
Well, I guess that's a good reason not to come
Gotcha.
back.
Yeah, that is a
But
good
he
reason not to
did,
come
yeah.
back.
Yeah, it is. At least there's a good excuse.
But the internet is like, how dare you fucking die before we
Right.
shit
Oh
was
yeah.
done.
Try to cancel his dead ass.
Uh-huh. All right, Judo, come on down.
Hey, what's
We
up,
got any
guys?
Jeepers Creepers coming out?
Yeah, for the audience, I'll be filling in for the Doc Hole today. So,
Oh no. Oh no.
nah, I'll just play. Nah, I'm excited about this cartoon. I know you guys are talking about the X-Men. Usually I'm the person that I'm not that person that I'm so like caught up in nostalgia that like I just want them to bring everything back from the '90s. You know,
Mhm.
like when they brought back Roseanne and all that shit, I was just like
Right.
I wasn't
Full
for it,
House and shit.
But
Yeah.
I didn't hear what you say.
Said Full House and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, Full House, fucking Roseanne, fucking
Yeah.
keep back all that shit. I just think that like what happens is like people get drunk, they get on the internet late at night, they get on Twitter and they want to talk about old shows they used to watch, and then these fucking producers they read that shit like, oh, I think they want this shit back. Let's bring it back. That's how I think all that stuff happens. But with the X-Men, I want to say I'm excited. Like this is the first time they brought something back that I actually want I want to see because I felt like it was never finished. Like I think they're calling it X-Men '97 because they canceled it in '96, right? Because I remember watching it, at least watching it up until like '95. I think is when they did like their last special. That was when Jean Grey became the Phoenix, and that was like the last thing that they did. They actually did it in prime time, which was cool. Because remember the cartoon used to come on Saturday mornings, but like this event was so big that they actually put it on like at 8 o'clock or some shit at night. I thought that was like really cool, and so that's why they call it '97, right? Because they canceled it in '96. I would call it X-Men '92. I don't know why they call it '97. I would call it '92.
Yeah, I'm not sure when they canceled it, to be honest.
Yeah,
I don't know the exact year.
Yeah, but I'm excited about it. First I ever heard that the guy that plays Cyclops died. That's sad. Actually, that character was cool to me because I mean I like the whole thing between him and Wolverine. Yeah. I used to like fight over Jean and stuff like that. So that character will be missed. He was like the Leonardo of the group. So I don't know how they're gonna replace him.
Yeah.
But I'm excited about it. That's all I have to say. Yep.
I appreciate that, Judo. Frisco, did you have something else? Because I see your hand raised.
No, and I figured that I thought that was gonna happen. I'm like, is it raised or is it not raised? So when it's turquoise, it's raised, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. No, that was
sure.
Raised.
All right, no problem. All right. Okay. I know you want to hit this Bayonetta, so we can hit this Bayonetta real quick.
It's a good trailer.
Well, shoot. Yeah, I mean.
And then we'll hop back over
guy.
to something else, which would probably be, the She-Hulk trailer, like we just see it. We're going on the list. Okay. Another 3 trailer.
Jamie, you sound like a Bayonetta fan.
I can't.
I was happy at the way Jamie was so happy.
Okay, so yeah, it's this one.
This guy.
10 days ago. Okay.
Scariest thing, Kaiju and Doc in one body.
Peggy 16.
More new faces, I see.
Those things ain't from Paradiso or Inferno. They're locals. In other words, they're part
Kratos.
Then perhaps a bit of fancy dress is in order.
If someone's wiping those universes out, one by one, they'll get their hands on enough power. Wipe out the whole Trinity in a snap.
Thank you, Professor. With all those eyes, I think you'd be a bit more perceptive. Now the test. I believe you two have already met. Let's go. This world is under my protection.
They're homunculi. Man-made bioweapons. Look! We don't have time! If we don't stop them, this world is history! And reality as we know it gets wiped out for good!
And what do you expect us to do?
I want you to find a scientist named Sigurd. He's somewhere in this world, and he can help us.
Do you know a girl named Viola? She sent me to find you.
I believe I know why you're here. You're looking for a way to the Alphaverse.
Have we met before? I think I'd remember you, Riot Girl.
Someone seems very interested in our arrival.
Is it him?
Lesson 1. Carelessness will get your tail snipped, kitty.
My name is Viola!
Oh shit, it come out in a couple months. All right, that's Bayonetta 3. All right. For starters, the only problem I have is I feel like they dropped the ball making this just for the Switch.
Yep.
Like, from that
that's the only thing.
from that trailer, it's like you missed the opportunity of putting it on these new gen consoles to really show. You have a lot of fucking colors and everything in there that will pop
For
these
sure.
new gen systems.
Yeah.
And I feel like you wasted it by making it a Switch exclusive. I don't mind it's on the Switch. I don't think it was a good idea for a developer to put it on Switch only.
Yep. 1000% agree. Looks exciting, looks fun, looks, action packed. Anybody that's played a Bayonetta game, you know what to expect. Because they're not going to drop the ball, but that is definitely a dropped ball in the game.
Yeah.
Like if there was one game, these motherfuckers dropped 8, but you may not have dropped all the balls. But that's definitely a drop ball because these next gen consoles, it's almost like it's made for action adventure games, like with particle effects and just different tech that they're introducing. Like it would do wonders for a game like that.
Yeah. That's
I
my
think
only
they
regret.
said didn't they say Nintendo bought that studio? That's why it's a Switch exclusive or something like that.
Yeah, that's probably what's going on. I don't know the exact details, but you may be right about that. I mean, that would only make sense of why it's on Switch only, but at the same time, it's like, God damn, like you.
I mean, but at the end of the day, although even if they bought it, I mean, there's a bundle right now on Xbox where I can go get Bayonetta and play it. So I don't give a fuck
Yeah,
what they
yeah.
talking
See,
about.
good point. he's like,
You know what I'm
he's like, I
saying?
don't, I don't give a fuck what your excuse is. Why is this look like I'm playing on PS2?
Right.
Jamie, you're up first. Come on down, man.
Yep, my microphone's on. Oh, sweet. Hey guys, thank you for having me again. Right, so just a few points. I am so excited for Bayonetta 3. I'm not sure about you, but I am so hyped with it. I was hyped for Bayonetta 2 because I love Bayonetta 1, but Bayonetta 2, I hate. Haven't completed it because I cannot stand the main boy in it. You know, the young boy who's constantly following Bayonetta around
Yeah.
through the entire game.
Right.
That character alone has killed that game for me. I cannot complete because he is so annoying. So I'm hyped that there's going to be a new Bayonetta 3.
Yeah.
Going off with your point with Bayonetta 3 being an exclusive to Nintendo Switch, you, sir, are right. The reason for that is because Bayonetta 1, as you know, was released on Xbox 360 and PS3, and that is why it is being remastered for PS4 and Xbox One because those rights are there. Bayonetta 2 was made exclusive for the Switch because Nintendo brought the rights for the Bayonetta franchise, but they could not get the IP rights, if that makes sense. So they've got it. If Nintendo wanted to release it on PS5 or Xbox Series X, they 100% could. The same way PlayStation is releasing MLB on Xbox.
Right.
They're being forced to do that by the licensing, but they can still do it. They could still say no, but that just means they lose the license. But that is also why Xbox are still releasing Bethesda games on PS5, sorry, for the time being, because even though there are contracts in place, they could very well say, well, we don't want that because the contract is null and void anymore, but they're doing it out of gesture of goodwill. But Nintendo do not have to do that because Nintendo know they can still sell the console with Bayonetta and sell it on their platform. They don't need to make money elsewhere because they know it will sell well on Nintendo Switch. Again, they could go for the PC route and make it console exclusive and then put it on PC. I think that should be the case, but Nintendo will not do that. And the last point I just want to mention, because I've heard so many people complain about this and bitching and moaning on the internet, the Climax mode has been censored in Bayonetta 3. That is true. However, it has been there is an option to turn it back on, so you can see her in her full naked glory. And the reason for that is because Platinum Games, even though Nintendo won't let their first-party exclusives be streamed, that's not stopping Platinum Games from being streamed. And because Platinum Games can still be streamed, they want as much attention to this as possible. Because when Bayonetta 2 was getting through the paces of streaming and at its high popularity, not so many streams were getting put down because it contained quote-unquote nudity, but they don't have that problem with Bayonetta 3. So that's the only reason. So for anyone who's complaining it's been censored, yes, but you can turn it off. It's the same way as like the blood code in Mortal Kombat for Sega.
Right. Gotcha.
Same way, you can turn it off. It's absolutely fine. But yeah, I'm really excited for Bayonetta 3. I must admit, that's the first time I saw that trailer. So I am extremely hyped that it is coming out in just a couple of days. So can't wait for it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's me. Thank you very much. Bye bye.
All right. Appreciate that. And before we get the next person down, for those who just walked into the show, welcome to the Nerds of Combat show. We talk about everything nerd related, whether it's comic books, movies, video games, TV shows, anime, all that good stuff. We are here every Saturday, 6 p.m. Central Time. Today was, special occasion, last minute change. We pushed it an hour back, and it's a wide open slot because And then Comic Con is happening. There's a lot of shit that's dropping as we're talking as well. So we want to get as much as we can in a timely manner.
Yeah.
If whatever topic we're talking about, or if you have your own topic, feel free to raise your hand. That features in the bottom right of your screen, and we'll have an order for you to come up here to this microphone right here, and you go ahead and say your piece. And also, too, not necessarily a kid-friendly zone, so you can say what the fuck you want in here. We don't care about that shit.
Fuckity fuck.
Exactly. All right, Judo, come on down, and after Judo, Frisco.
I had to say Jamie. Jamie was the first person I've ever heard say they're excited for 3 because he hated the 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to give props to Jamie. I want to give props to Jamie for telling me that code, man. Now I definitely want to buy the game because I mean, it should be called Bayonetta 3: The Ass Is Back. That's what I've been waiting for.
The ass is back.
But yeah, I mean, jokes aside, man, it looks cool. Like it gives me Devil May Cry vibes, and I haven't played those games. I know you guys are gonna kick me off the show now, but I haven't played a Devil May Cry game. But I've seen the trailers and stuff, and like this is what Bayonetta reminds me of. Like, ever think they should do like a crossover? Bayonetta and what's his name, Dante?
Should.
That'll be dope.
Yeah, Dante.
If they can do it.
Yeah. I'm surprised it hasn't already happened, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they have similar art styles, and it was very like when it first came out, it almost seemed like it was inevitable, but clearly Nintendo threw that monkey in that wrench.
Yeah.
Because based off what Jamie is saying, it sounds like Nintendo just got their little grip on the motherfucker. Like that's the only reason why it's not coming to these other consoles.
Doing a me mine shit. Mine, nigga, mine.
Right.
Shit.
Right.
You
don't give a fuck about money.
Didn't the first one kind of? I mean, Nintendo was never really dead, but like, didn't the first one kind of like breathe new life into Nintendo? Like it gave like kind of brought in fans. I think that's why they hold on to it for so much. Because like, remember like Nintendo was crippling, and then I remember this Bayonetta came out. Like a lot of people talk about it, and like, one of the main reasons why people didn't like Nintendo was because they didn't have the so-called hardcore games and that type of thing. And
yeah, M-rated.
It's like one of the games that like caught people's attention because they're like, oh, Nintendo, I think, they're becoming adults, they're getting older or something, So
yeah, because with Nintendo, it was like, Nintendo probably had has the most games out of all the consoles. They have the largest game catalog, but it's the largest game catalog that nobody wants to fucking play unless you're 6 years old. And you're the only thing that you really made money off of, and that you continue to make money off of, is like the same 4 things. It's either Mario, Zelda, or fucking God, it's on the tip of my fucking tongue.
But Mario, Zelda, Metroid.
Not Metroid, because they took a good break from that.
Animal Crossing.
Pokemon. There it goes. Pokemon. I don't know why I fucking kept forgetting that shit. Like, you make it a thing to make a new Pokemon, Mario, or Zelda on a regular basis every year, even if it's just a remaster, if it's a bullshit game, whatever it is, you do it on the regular. And I see you got your hand up over there, Wolf. We'll get you down here in a second, buddy. Got you.
Yep. I'm almost done.
Click the raise hand button too, so that I can see the alert as well.
Sorry, I didn't see that.
Yeah, that way I have the alert right here, so I can call your name and make sure I don't forget you.
Sorry,
I just want to point one thing out before I leave. So this is crazy. But y'all talk about alternate dimensions and realities earlier, right? About how the Netflix is going to be like another reality or whatever. I'm in another reality right now because, for people that don't know, that's my camera right there. I record the show. And what I'm seeing on the recording, don't worry, there's no invisible people or anything like that. Everybody's in the video. But remember that booth y'all used to have right here? Where people used to stand in? That shit is still there on my camera.
What?
This circle is not there, and the booth is there. That's why I'm like tripping out. Like, wait a minute, that thing is not there. So that's weird. I don't know how that happened.
What
Maybe
the
I
fuck?
got the camera in a different room. I don't know, but it's working. So I had to
I mean,
say,
it's
but
right
yeah,
there.
I'm in an alternate
It's-
dimension.
Fucking Demigorgon
Next
gonna
thing
pop
I'm
out
gonna
in a
see
minute.
Doc pop up in the corner
Oh,
over there.
fuck.
I'm like looking at the past in the camera. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, that's what I had to say. Go up, man.
All right, appreciate that,
Oh,
Judo.
my bad.
He threw the mic.
I know, right?
Damn.
Yeah. What?
Fucking angry ass.
All right, appreciate that, Judo. All right, Frisco, actually, give me a second. Let's let Wolf go first because he just got in here and we had you a couple times. Let him go first real quick. Come on down, Wolf, and then Frisco, you can come right after.
I was not examining the.
All right, try not to pick up the. There you go. Try not to pick up the microphone and just there you go. We can hear you from there.
Just talked it. Don't touch it. Yeah, no, I guess it's just when we're talking about Nintendo, like doing, I guess Nintendo things. I've always thought like Nintendo's had the best. I mean, they're a Japanese company, but they've always had like a. I mean, I'm probably wrong. I don't know. People who know better than me probably can give me better explanations of this. But I've always felt they've had a stronger their approach is just like adult mature shit because you would get. I mean, okay, let's not pretend like GoldenEye on Nintendo 64 was the darkest game that's ever existed, but it's like it's it was a James Bond game. It was a shoot people in the face game on a console that was more or less sold for the Mirror 64. You jump about as a man in dungarees and like stars and have a happy fun time.
Right.
I don't know. I feel like I don't know. Maybe I've missed the whole point. I mean, so is Bayonetta the thing we're talking about here? Just
So let me make sure I'm getting this. Let me make sure I'm getting this correctly. You're saying that Nintendo has always had pretty much an image of that friendly part as a friendly party system, friendly party games where y'all all pretty much got together and it wasn't something too mature. It was good enough for everyone to kind of enjoy together for the most. Like you said, how you mentioned GoldenEye, and then you got other games that maintain that friendly image. Is that what you're getting at?
Yeah, no. I guess it's essentially that. It's just like when we're talking about like Bayonetta, and like we're talking about how I suppose how weird it is for us the Switch to have Bayonetta 3 and how maybe we might want certain stuff in it, and it's like, well, it's an option for it. It's like, to me, Nintendo's always been. I mean, okay, they haven't been the most open company, and they've been super litigious against some things, but they have always sort of, to me at least, been open to things, and they will. I mean, they've also changed over the years, and now they seem to be the least against censoring things. But it's like, oh, to me, it's weird to say, is the Switch going to be the most censored version now? It's like it probably won't be because the Japanese don't give a shit now. They're like, it's a game, play the game, enjoy it, stop. They don't focus on the things that people get upset about. They go, it's a game, stop.
Okay,
You know what I
I
mean?
get. Okay, okay. Now I get where you're coming from. Yeah, you're right. Nintendo has always had a knack for being conservative when it comes to their games, like no super mature content and everything like that. Which is odd, considering that again, it's a Japanese driven company that does these things, but at the same time, you're censoring this to a very high degree, but then at the same time, you're also giving us probably some of the most graphic shit you can find in entertainment as well. Like I hate to bring this up, but like fucking hentai, like you have an extreme on both ends. Like it doesn't make sense to me. Like
Yeah,
where does
double-edged
your
sword.
morals actually lie?
I think that's why like something like Bayonetta even got through as in you got remakes for that. I think that's why that even got through because it's like they can. I don't know. I don't know if they censored it. They probably I don't know. But the point is they know this shit. They do this shit. It's like they're not going to judge it too harshly because it's I guess their shit. But it's like yeah, no, we just sort of. To me, I don't know the weird censorship. I mean, if it's an option, it's an option. That's good because options are always good. So if you don't like it, you don't like it. You can choose otherwise. But
Yeah.
it's weird when people say that has to be an option. You have to stop this because I don't like it. It's like, well, can you not say, can I have the option to do it? And then if they'll be okay with it, it's like no, you change it now because I don't like it. It's like, just say, can I have the option? And then everybody will be cool with it.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
guess that's my point with this stuff. It's like censorship's fine. It's just, do I have the option?
Yeah, you
I don't
want a
want to be
choice.
forced. Yes, the choice is
You want a
there.
choice. You know, like if I want to kill my baby, I can do it. You know, shit like that. You want a choice.
Please don't do that. Please do not do that. I am on an FBI list now because that question came up, and I am just sitting there going, "He's the next guy we have to question." He didn't say it, but he did it. You son of a bitch. Oh, no. Point is, no. Like all I want is like, if you want the option, just say I want the option. Don't say do it. Don't say this has to change now because I don't like the way it is. It's like no, just okay. You want the option. You want the option. I want you to have the option because the option is good. Options are great, awesome because you get to mix and match and do your own. It's fun. Options are great.
Yeah.
Gaming is about having fun. That's the whole point of this stuff. You know what I mean? It's like I'll go away now because I feel like I don't know if I missed the point, but point is I love options and Nintendo's mental, but they're great. We love them.
Yeah.
And choose what you want to choose. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Appreciate that, Wolf. Stick around for the show.
Hands
We got some
points.
more stuff.
Great points.
All right, Frisco, come on down.
Yeah, real quick. The headset's about to die. I just had one thing to
Man,
say.
you plug. Okay, first of all, there's no reason
it
why
was
your
charging.
shit dying.
Sports been
as
it
much
hasn't been
cords
charging
you
this time,
got
though.
in your house, you don't even have an extension or nothing.
Yes, I do. Hold on, I'll figure that out. One thing I want to say before it does die is Nintendo's got a cash cow going, and that ain't going to change. You know, more kids today know who Mario is before Mickey Mouse. I'm just saying that. Second thing I want to say, I just have a question. It said Nintendo exclusive, and I saw in the corner. Mine wasn't more of a comment; it was a question. It said Sega on it. Is Sega exclusive to Nintendo, or does Sega still do stuff for Microsoft and Sony? That was all I was.
Yeah, Sega is its own thing. They make games for everybody.
Right.
Sega
So it's
just
not like
happens to be-
Activision signed with like Sega is not exclusive to Nintendo. They can still do. I know they have before. I just didn't know if that was a thing that they're not doing Sony or Microsoft anymore. And I didn't know if they struck a deal with Nintendo because everybody's striking deals with everybody these days. So I didn't know.
Yeah, which is most likely the only reason why we haven't got a Devil May Cry crossover because Sega and Capcom. That's really probably most likely the only reason why we haven't got a crossover between the two because they're like you mentioned earlier, they are extremely close in the way the games are done, designed, and everything. Like you can literally, if they came out and say that they're in the same universe, you would not be surprised
at all.
Yeah, so I guess that's just something for those two companies to sit down and talk about. But
it's like
that's Bayonetta. Moving on to the next topic here. Let's see. For the next one we're gonna go ahead and go with. Let me go back. Is the new She-Hulk trailer, which actually popped up right here.
I'd be pissed off.
Hell, man!
Still in control and the overwhelming feelings of rage.
No! A normal amount of rage!
You do revert back to Gen form when you sleep.
Was the air horn really necessary?
For comedy, absolutely. This is a multi-year journey you're about to embark on.
Yes.
Yeah. Who's your best friend?
Nikki.
Spandex. Spandex is your best friend. Being a Hulk asks for balance. You have so much more to learn. Yes!
So I'm clearly nailing it at all these things.
If you want to go back to your life as a lawyer, I respect that.
He doesn't mean that.
More and more eccentric superhumans are coming out of the woodwork. We're going to launch a division for them. And I want the She-Hulk to be the face of it.
Jennifer Waters. Namaste.
I have a serious conflict of interest. This man tried to kill my cousin, Bruce.
Yeah, that's quite all right.
Oh. People only care because I'm representing Emil Blonsky.
I think they care because they're like, hey, that girl's green.
Jen, do you think? God, I really like this outfit. I'm not proud of this.
Miss Walters, we answer to a higher power. Our universe is on the edge of a precipice.
I am a lawyer. We do things by the book.
The Book of the Shanty.
No, the Book of American Laws.
Whether you like it or not, you're now a superhero.
Let's do this. You know that friend you had in high school who was way cooler than you were, attractive, got all the attention from everyone? Hello.
I think I'm jealous. Is that what I'm feeling?
Get a nigga the finger.
Oh shit!
Daredevil, motherfucker. Oh shit! All right. So, I'm going to watch it.
Yeah.
But my concerns that I've had previously when we saw the first trailer has been my concerns have been confirmed, and it's unacceptable about the CGI. Like, you showed us a lot of footage of the majority of what this show is going to look like, and she does not look good. Like, they did not put nearly enough budget behind a character that is supposed to be, like you say, she's gonna be in the Hulk form the majority of the show. It's a coreness of your show. Like, there's no reason why your CGI should look like that. It looks unacceptable. But outside of the CGI, it looks like it's gonna be an enjoyable show. Yeah. I know a lot of people it's still odd to see Professor Hulk, this nice motherfucker, doing yoga and meditating and shit like that. Like, it's still odd to see that for a lot of people. But I think this show will finally get people to get over that and finally just let go. Like, okay, it's just not something that I should be expecting anymore for this to be an angry motherfucker. Like, this is the new Hulk and this is what you got to deal with. I'm just not accepting the CGI. That part is unacceptable. Everything else in there, I think I'm cool with until I see the actual show.
Yeah. Well. My bad. I didn't mean to make it seem like taking charge, and I was gonna go. Yeah. I was really just clearing my throat.
Oh, you clear your throat? I was like, come on, motherfucker.
Well, let me just say.
Go ahead, Moji.
I got the same concerns with the CGI. Like, y'all are making too much money as Disney to not have stellar CGI on every single thing you do, but I'll give it a chance. My thing is, I'm still kind of disappointed that they didn't just keep her green. I know that would probably mess with like the budget or whatever, but the fact that she has to keep turning, is just something I'm not used to. I'm just used to her always being in her She-Hulk mode. So that'll take an episode or two, I guess, to maybe get over for me. But like y'all said, I think it'll be funny, entertaining, hilarious. I'm tired of this fucking smart Hulk. And like, why does he sound like that? Like it's almost like a surfer guy now. Like he doesn't even sound like he was once a doctor before.
I love you.
He just sounds like, he's like just a dude, a green, like just a big green dude. But I don't know. I'm tired of him. Done with him. Wish he would just. I'd rather him just be regular ass Banner, and the Smart Hulk version. But other than that,
true.
looking forward to it.
Yeah. All right, Mosey.
They kind of latched a lot of comedic element into this new Hulk, and I don't like it at all.
I don't like it either. Same with Thor.
Yeah, like
and
same with Thor.
different
It's
way.
just it's too much for me. But I mean, this is definitely one that I'll give a shot. I'm just like, what's going on in the show? Are we just watching it for the sake of watching She-Hulk, or is there like some kind of climactic event that's gonna happen? Like it just seems like we're watching a bitch just turn green for the sake of turning green and learning and shit. So I'm just trying to figure out like it's almost like She-Hulk Real World or something, as opposed to it being like some sort of thing, but like some sort of event that they planned out that we're supposed to be like excited to see.
Fucking Jersey Shore.
Yeah, right. I don't know. I mean, obviously they can't give away everything, but to me it just seems like, I don't know. It just seems like another show where they were just a cash grab almost.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I could definitely agree with you there. Steam, come
Questionable
on down, man.
CGI or not, I still wouldn't mind if she choked me with those green thighs.
Well, first off, like I want to say, I kind of glad I had a theory confirmed that Daredevil was going to play some part in this. I kind of glad I actually had that right, because I kind of saw that coming a mile away. This She-Hulk may be a setup for the upcoming Daredevil movie show, whatever the heck they're doing with that. It might just be that. She-Hulk just might alone with that be. It could just, like I said, they might be setting up. And they might also be closing up a couple of loose ends, like, because I noticed that they were putting in the Abomination with that,
right?
Mm-hmm.
With Emil Blancy in there, and Wong in there, so might be going off that same storyline that they had in Shang-Chi. Remember Shang-Chi?
really
they
is.
had that. Am I breaking up?
Yeah.
Oh no, go ahead.
No.
Well, I was saying, like that could be the same exact storyline that they were kind of going for in Shang-Chi. So it could be them also building the Secret Avengers or something like that along those lines down the line. Their TV version of it at least.
Mm-hmm.
It could just be that. Yeah. It's like I said, it feels like a build-up series. It just feels like it's another one of those series that's going to be building up to something. But that could be where most of this budget's gone. Like
that's crazy. Because it's so disrespectful to She-Hulk to have her as a build-up character. She's not deserving of that.
It is, but it could just, like I said, this looks like at that point where, like, say, like, hey, at this point you're a superhuman. You're gonna be green. They're gonna be expecting a lot more out of you, and it's like, come on. I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do with this one. It looks decent. The story doesn't look too bad. Although I agree, Professor Hulk's a little too surfer. He does sound a little too dumb.
Yes.
Yeah.
But that could be the Hulk influence, not the Banner influence.
Right.
That makes sense.
That's fair.
I'm wondering how are they going to put her over, because she's going to end up fighting Abomination.
Who is going to beat the Hulk?
Right.
I mean,
So they don't put Hulk in it. I mean, come on, Hulk already done killed or damn near killed Thor what 3 times in the comics. I mean, he could walk through Asgard and just start flip flopping people around. I mean, there's really not much that could stop him. So I mean, that was when the Civil War came out. We had to get rid of him. But I had no problem with that because whoever had Hulk on their side, I don't care if you got Vision there or not.
They're gonna win.
That is a hell of a fight. That is a hell of a fight. At least in the comics it was. But I'm just saying.
I see you felt the same way I felt about Infinity War.
Yeah.
Because when Infinity War and where Thanos was collecting all the stones and you had like the scene with fucking Drax like I'm invisible. Like just that little goofy shit. I was like, look, I'm cool with the goofy stuff, but like this particular movie, Infinity War, there's no time for jokes for this movie. Like it's a very serious thing going on. Like everybody could die, and you're still throwing in these one-liners and jokes. That's one of the things that bugged me about Infinity War, and a little bit about Civil War as well. You had the jokes and stuff going around.
Lamar's telling Quill, "I want you to kill me, so he doesn't get the Soul Stone." You know, she's asking someone to kill her. And then you got Batista back there going, I'm standing still, you can't see me. What are they, T-Rexes? Come on.
Yeah. Jurassic Park.
No, I mean, I
love the Jurassic Park
don't get me
reference.
wrong. I'm getting, I mean, I don't know. So, I mean, knowing the history, like Infinity Gauntlet War and all that, I'm sorry. Silver Surfer should have been in there somewhere. Even at the end, he could have popped in. Carol Danvers, Ms. Marvel, yeah, she's powerful, but come on, I mean,
fuck on Miss Marvel.
I mean, I like the character.
Yeah.
But
the actor.
I thought old girl did great in Kong. I liked her in Kong, but as Ms. Marvel, nah, I just couldn't feel it.
Yeah, same.
So I mean,
it was forced.
Yeah, Captain Marvel.
Yeah, exactly, and that's exactly how I said it too. She and a lot of other people have been look like they've been forcing their stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
yeah, sure. They treating some of these characters like broccoli and shit, just trying to force it down our throats, and it's like, motherfucker, we don't want it.
But I mean, I'm waiting to see Squirrel Girl. And Squirrel Girl, to me, I thought was gonna be one of the biggest jokes. But this chick, that ain't no joke. And the way they
you would have loved last week's show because we did mention talk. But Squirrel Girl got brought up by one of our audience members because we were talking about who we consider underrated characters, and the Squirrel Girl was one of the topics.
I thought when I first heard about Squirrel Girl, I was like, "You have got to be kidding me!" I said, "What's next? Pigeon shit girl?" Come on, I mean. But then reading up on her and reading a couple issues with her, the girl ain't no joke. I'll give her that. I apologize for that, but
isn't it?
Like that. So I just hope Disney respects some of the material more. Give her some of it a little bit. Put the little jokes in the beginning. Put some at the end, like I did in the Avengers when they were sitting at the Swarmer shop. I loved it. I was laughing my ass off. They're all sitting there like this.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm tired. I don't know what to eat.
Yeah. You know what? Also, kind of just fed fuel to the fire of the whole comedic era that we're in. Really was Ant-Man too, because it was really recepted well. Some of the side characters and shit, and just how funny it was. Because I really did like that, but I feel like that. Along with the Guardians and shit, just kind of fed fuel to the fire to where they were just like, oh, yeah, this shit works. Let's put it in every goddamn thing.
It worked for Ant-Man because old boy's hilarious.
Right.
And the way he does it, he's not like and the thing is, when he does it, it's not like professional wrestling. Once they do something, they stand around and go, give me my applause, give me my applause.
Right.
He just
give
rolls.
me my kudos.
Yeah, he just rolls like it's not like you're talking trash to your wife or your cousin or whatever. And you're playing games saying, oh, you suck. Yeah, you suck. And you just keep on rolling with it. But
Ant-Man fits like humor though. Like
Yeah, he fits the
Yo,
emo.
Kajudo's
Fucking
doppelganger just walked in, bro.
older brother over here with the red eyes and stuff like that. What's going on, Sam? Thanks for tuning in,
All right,
man.
well that was it, guys. Hey, thanks a lot for letting me
What's
talk.
going on? No problem, man.
Oh, we
Stick
really
around and we got
appreciate
some
it,
stuff
dude.
for you. For those that just
Yes,
walked
sir.
in, thank you. Welcome to the Nerds of Combat VR talk show. We talk about everything nerd related. Dodge, I see your hand raised. You're gonna come down there on the microphone as well if you're in the back somewhere. But every Saturday, 6 p.m. Central, we have a show where we talk about everything nerd related: comic books, anime, TV shows, video games, whatever it is you want to talk about. We fucking talk about. Adult friendly zone too, so you come up here and say what the fuck you want. Once your hand is raised, there's a raise hand button in the bottom right. Click that. You can come up here and interact with us on the topic, or bring up your own topic as well. Now we're gonna move on from the She-Hulk. Dodge Kron. If you're here, come on down, man. If not, we're gonna go ahead and bring down. Not here. Big Sam, come on down to the mic.
I wanted to
And
hear
then
about
after
the
that,
She-Hulk. Damn it.
yeah, come on down.
Well,
You
what
weren't
I
here
want
when
to
we
talk
played.
about
Yeah, go ahead.
it's the new. It's not the new, but it's the remaster of Spider-Man on PC. I've been waiting for that shit for the longest, dude, and it come out on August 22nd on 14.
Yeah,
Because
you played it
I'm
already?
not a PlayStation person. I'm not a PlayStation person or Xbox. But I'm a PC guy
Strictly
like
PC?
everybody else. And I've been waiting for this game to come to PC for like what, 5 years, 6 years? Shit, I don't know.
Yeah.
And it's 2000.
So you haven't played it at all?
Nah, I don't own PlayStation. That's why I was saying that. I'm not a
Dang,
PlayStation
okay.
person, but I wanted to play this game. It's like GTA Part 3. When it first came out, it was only for PlayStation 2. And I was an Xbox person, and I had to wait for it to come out for Xbox, and it never did until San Andreas came out, you know.
Yeah.
I had to pay for a PlayStation 2 just to play that game. So now, this game, the Spider-Man remaster, I'm so stoked about it. Like, you know, I've been waiting for a long fucking time.
Dude, hell yeah. One of the greatest iterations of Spider-Man out there, movies included.
Absolutely is. I love that game. I love.
Yeah, I got
Spider-Man.
Arcanite on WB. It's just like Shadow of the Mortals. You know,
Yeah,
Shadow of the Mortals
basically,
and
yeah. It's a good comparison.
Arcanite. Yeah, it's pretty good. I like both of them because they can climb through walls and stuff, and you know, do combos. Hits. Those two games are badass. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been waiting for this Spider-Man game for the longest.
So what's up, man? We excited for you to play it. Right. I
And then,
want to
like,
hear your take.
Yeah, because once, what's going on, Adam?
The game I be playing for, I don't know, since 2016 is the Division. That game went to shit. It went downhill.
Yeah, it went downhill because we didn't get what they were told us they were going to give us. That's why.
And there's a whole bunch of cheating asses in the third zone. It's like, oh man, you kill me with one hit with the assault rifle? Come on. That's literally impossible if I got 1.7 million armor.
Right.
But yeah, I'll move Cola in there. If you see me in the dark zone, I'll kill you.
I'm stay away from you. I'll stay away from your ass.
Right. Yeah, dude.
Y'all heard that internet. I heard in this video that keep your ass at the dark zone if you playing Division.
Yeah, big.
Yeah, if you want to beat down and little shit talking on top of that, you know,
Hey.
that's the game for you.
I'll fuck with the shit
All right,
talking.
I'm done. I'm just gonna stand over here and let y'all talk.
All
Unless
right,
y'all
we
got something to
appreciate
say
you.
about the game. Anything?
Oh no, good man. You got it.
Dude, I mean,
Oh
where do
yeah.
you start?
I wish I did too.
Just imagine when you get to when they fucking put Miles on the goddamn PC, dog. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Ugh.
PC's
You definitely gonna have a ball, man.
Yeah.
All right. I appreciate that, Sam. All right. Before we move on to the next topic, judo. you got your final word, and then we'll move on to the next topic. We stuck on She-Hulk for too long.
Yo, man, yeah, you know what's funny? I don't know if Sam remember me, but we go way back, man. We used to hang out in that ghost storage room. Remember the time you showed up in there? The regular in
Oh,
there.
see, so,
Oh,
so that explains why y'all look like fucking brothers.
Oh damn.
I've
For
been in
real.
no space since 2018 May. That's
Oh,
how
yeah,
long I've
I
been
remember
here.
you. Yeah, I
Damn.
remember you, man.
I used to
But
kill real
yeah, I
ghost
wanted.
stories. Real shit. Real shit.
Yeah.
Right.
This dude is cool, man. But
Small VR
you know, I
world.
don't want to yeah, I want to turn this into a debate because my man over here, Bobby, he knows the shit. So I ain't trying to I ain't trying to start no beef with him, man, because he'll crush me with the comic book knowledge. But
Right.
I just had a quick question as far as like comedy with Marvel goes, because I think I got an answer to it. It's not so much a debate, but more like a answer to maybe why they go the comedy route. Now Feige, I know Feige's hardcore, right? So like I think he goes back with Marvel, like he's been reading that shit since he was a kid, maybe like since the 50s, 60s, or whatever. And I already told you guys that when the COVID lockdown started, I started reading the comics digitally. And the one that like really caught my attention was the original Captain Marvel, when Captain Marvel was a dude, and how you got the cosmic awareness and all. Like they have like these really cool, I forgot what they call them, but they basically like pack all the issues together, and you can just like read straight through them and read like a lot of the history.
You're talking about a trade paperback.
Yeah, it was something like that. Yeah. So, you know, I was interested. You know, we had just got off of Infinity War, so I was interested in the Thanos character. So I'm like, you know, let me start there. And you know, by reading the Thanos, that's how I learned about Captain Marvel and the Kree and all that shit, and like all that. Like that was some unbelievable shit they had in the '60s. That introduced me to Adam Warlock. So I've been waiting for him to show up in the MCU. So like, I learned a lot. I learned about Pip the Troll, all that shit. You know, and so what I realized in the '70s version of Marvel was there was a lot of those jokes, because I remember like coming into it, I had just got out of the Marvel movies, and I remember people saying, you know, oh, we like the movies, but there's too much comedy in it. And so when I was reading the actual '70s shit, Avengers was cracking a lot of jokes in the '70s. Like there's this whole issue where it's Black Panther. I'm trying to remember who else is there. It might be Black Panther, Thor, some other guys. Like they're supposed to be like guarding a room or something from Thanos. And them motherfuckers in there cracking jokes, and they real goofy because Thanos comes in there and like knocks out Black Panther or something, and you know it's like a real silly, like goofy kind of a story. So I'm wondering if you know like maybe that's where Feige gets his inspiration from, like that '70s and '60s stuff, because they seem like they were like wall to wall jokes, especially with Marvel. And
I mean, that's because they technology isn't gonna support too much action. Goddamn.
Yeah, I think there's a translation of era that's that's pretty much fogging the windows of that. So how you mentioned like in the comics in the '60s, it's just like they're standing around talking goofy or whatever is like that. But in the '60s, that wasn't goofy. That cheesy shit wasn't goofy. But when you translate that over to modern day, sounds goofy. That's just like, you know, someone coming here and be like, hey man, that's radical. Like, fuck, what's the goofy? Why you saying radical, dude? Like what's fucking like it's that era translation. So I think Feige bringing that over, he's from that time to where to him back then it wasn't cheesy, it wasn't goofy, but us now it's like, yeah, you probably should find a better way to say it, which leads into comedic aspect for us because it's goofy.
Right.
Yeah.
It'd be like if we was to bust out in a fucking like freestyle cipher right now. And this motherfucker's like rapping like Kendrick and shit and doing all this shit. And then you catch me coming in this bitch. Hip hop. Hip it to the hip to the hip. Hop. Yeah. Shit just wouldn't translate.
Like Curtis Blow.
Like, what the fuck
Curtis
is going on?
I would pay to see that. Must never happen.
But you would laugh. That's the thing, though. It's like, yeah, you probably should be doing that, right?
But I would pay to laugh. This would be this like.
Yeah, Moji was gonna say something real quick before I because I had one other thing to add.
Go ahead.
Hey, Moji, move up to your mic.
You got your megaphone on?
Oops.
Not working back
Why
there. I
not?
barely can hear him in the back.
Quick, make a joke. I can't hear you.
There you go.
Y'all hear me?
Yes,
Yo,
yeah.
yo. Okay, appreciate that, Steam. What the hell was I saying? Fuck. Oh, so
you
it's
talking
all
comic.
that y'all said, but also family friendly shit. Like I think you know that they want to be PG. They want to bring in all types of audiences, young and old, and always want to give them something that they could laugh at. The irony in the comic relief, like the word comic. I understand that comics are supposed to have that type of cheesy one-liner type of thing, but like Static was saying, translating to the modern era, like nobody is really looking for that type of cheesiness in Marvel movies and stuff.
Yep. Yeah, and
in the
quietly,
60s when they fucking having like pow and bam and shit pop up, you
Yeah.
fucking punch the motherfucker.
Yeah.
It was socially acceptable.
Before I leave, I just have one silly thing that I noticed in the comic that made me laugh, but it wasn't like intentional. Actually, it was two things, but I'll talk about that another week. But what I found really funny in the Captain Marvel comic was after they saved the world, because this was like when Captain Marvel got his cosmic awareness. That shit is crazy. Like you guys should read that because like some real weird shit happens when I think it's the cosmic cube that he finds. Some crazy shit happens with that like I never thought I would get excited like just reading pictures, like reading a comic with pictures, but like I was in that shit. Like it felt like it was moving images, which was like crazy to me. I didn't know you can get that from a comic, which is like unbelievable. But
there's some well written comics out there that you be surprised with like what you get out of it.
I really felt like I was watching something instead of like just reading it, if that makes any sense. You know what I mean? Like it was whole visual. But anyway, what I found really funny was that after they saved the world, they had a party. All the superheroes had a party. And what I just found funny for some reason was like nobody used the fucking door. Like they were in the house, motherfucker was just flying in through the window. like, Captain Marvel like flew in through the window. I'm like, this motherfucker don't knock, use the door. Like, I just found that shit funny. I don't know why, but that shit just made me laugh.
That is legit funny. It's like you ain't got no courtesy.
Yeah, that's funny, but yeah, that's bad to say.
Yeah. You got somebody like the Thing walking through your door, and like everywhere he's walking, he's leaving fucking like grains of fucking rock and shit on your floor and everything, just walking around and shit. Like there's a lot of stuff you can like look at for just those little details and stuff. Like, yeah, that's goofy. But okay, all right. I'm gonna text everybody's hand real quick, and we're gonna move on to the next topic. Then everybody re-raise their hand. Next topic.
Black Panther trailer.
What?
Black Panther trailer they just dropped.
Black Panther 2 trailer?
Yeah.
No fucking.
Please tell me that's not real. Please, someone.
Hold on, because that was actually going to be the next topic, but it was going to be the synopsis I put up. But
damn, it did just drop.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt, but that was the funny shit. Like the way JC responded, he's like Black Panther 2 trailer.
Because okay, so before I play this, like the reason why I respond like that is because like I'm terrified of what we're about to see. I'm just the history behind. If you've been following how this movie been playing out and how it's been doing in production and how the actress has been kind of, it's just it's a scary thought of what they got coming for us. So, all right,
this is real.
Let's get this out the way.
No, stop. Please, Marvel, fuck off. You're not allowed to take Disney. Go away. At Disney.
Bob.
Hey, is this Tim's? It's my girl, dog.
Good friends we have and good friends we've lost.
Bad friend.
Along the way.
Hmm.
In this great future, you can't forget your past. So dry your tears, I say.
Come on.
I am queen of the most powerful nation in the world, and my entire family is gone. Have I not given everything?
Oh.
Shut up. Stop it, bad movie.
All right. So,
Chadwick's gone. Why are you putting him?
all right. So let me go ahead and get my shit out the way real quick. All right. So, looks at the trailer. It is matching up with the fucking synopsis that was leaked, and I'm not okay with it with a number of reasons. Yeah, from what we see in the trailer, it looks like it's got some cool stuff going on. All that bullshit. But as far as the synopsis of the movie itself and what's supposed to take place and what happens. So, first things first, T'Challa is dead in the MCU. He dies from a disease. So there will be no. So it's final. There will not be a recasting of T'Challa. Like he's gone. Period. That character's gone. He dies and
Blessing, I suppose.
and Shuri takes over. Now there's a original character that's not in the comics that they make for this particular, that she's a scientist and she awakens Namor, and then it causes the Wakanda and Atlantis to go to war, and that's when everybody starts trying to pull together, and Riri comes into the equation, which I still don't understand. They still haven't made it clear if she's Wakandan or if she came from the inspiration of Iron Man like they did in the comics. But Shuri is indeed taking over as the Black Panther, and that's that. It's I don't the fact that you killed off T'Challa, period, instead of just recasting for a later date or something like that, it's not sitting well with me, because T'Challa is a very important character in the MCU, like not even just MCU, in Marvel in general.
Right.
You just can't do it. That's like removing Spider-Man from Marvel. It's like removing Mr. Fantastic from Marvel. Like you can't. I don't see how you can do that. You leave a bad taste in a lot of people's mouth for it. I'm hoping the movie would be enjoyable, but like if you followed it like a lot of us have, just the problems on set that they had, the continuous setbacks and everything due to to your right and everything like that, it just wasn't. I feel like we got what we saw in this trailer. That's as good as you're going to see, and everything else is going to be a fucking hot mess. That's just my opinion on it. I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I hope it's a great movie, but from my perspective of how I've been looking at it and how this plot of the story is, I'm just not with it. And the biggest thing about it is, like, there is no longer T'Challa, and then you got the baby being born, which is T'Challa's child. That's in the synopsis as well. I just I don't know. It's not. Usually when this kind of stuff happens, if you know me in the show enough, usually when this kind of shit happens, I'm infuriated. I'm cussing all over the fucking place. I'm like, this fucking shit. This is how bad this is. It's so bad that I just don't have the energy to do that. Like, it just, for me, it's more depressing than anything for me. Like, going on to W went first. Moji, you go ahead and take one.
Yeah, I mean, I don't got too much to say. I think it's kind of crazy that like we didn't even see any like Black Panther per se in that trailer. Like you should have just called it Wakanda Forever. Like, don't even call it Black Panther, Wakanda Forever.
Right.
You're not even gonna show like anybody in the Black Panther suit. But I mean, it's just a mess. The one thing I didn't want them to do is like you're saying, kill T'Challa off in the MCU. Like, say he's off on a mission, that's why he's not in this movie, and then like replace him in the next movie if y'all need to after that. But to kill, like to your point, to kill him off in the MCU is just one thing I didn't want happen. It's going to be annoying, and I'm not looking forward to any of that. But as far as the movie, I'll give it a chance, but it's never just going to be able to live up to the hype expectation of the first one. So we'll see.
Yeah, it's and one of the parts that was in the synopsis as well, like when Shuri takes over for the Black Panther, she goes through the same trial to where she goes to the ancestral plane, and the part that was in this synopsis really bothered me because when she goes to the ancestral plane and she doesn't talk to her father, she doesn't talk to T'Challa. For some odd reason, she fucking talks to Killmonger.
Killmonger. With who?
Why is Killmonger in the ancestral plane of the Black Panthers? Like, I get it, he held the title wrongfully and briefly, but why is he there to guide her to her destination as the Black Panther? Why this motherfucker? Is this your way of redeeming a character that was basically Honda Hitler? Like what is the motivation behind that? What's the thought process behind it? I'm really curious to see. But go ahead, Dub. What's your thoughts on it?
I mean, I was never a fan of the just replacement of the T'Challa thing. So, I mean, I'm sure they're gonna try to do everything they can to like focus our energy elsewhere, so that we're not focused on the fact that they're making the decision that they made. Hence like why they barely even show Black Panther or an iteration of Black Panther. It's crazy to see that done in a follow-up film. You know what I'm saying? Like, follow-up film is like well deserving of like shit being just jam-packed with what character is, and the fact that it almost seems like a civil war or some shit without Black Panther. It does feel like almost that they should have just had it as not necessarily a spin-off by naming it just like Wakanda Forever, but some representation that is like, this is like a filler, still obviously in the universe, but y'all understand, life happened, and y'all need to buy more time. So the fact that they just kind of like copped out this like chick that like looks like she still eats, school lunches. It's crazy.
Fucking Lunchables and shit.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. Yeah, man. Yeah. Pizza with the cheese that come off and swoop. You know what I'm saying? The nuggets that are a little cold in the center.
Like, it's just. And the thing about it is like we're all gonna see it. We're all gonna watch it. It's just like the sad part is we're all going and watching it knowing that we're already disappointed.
Yeah. Right.
Like
that's the worst part.
Just
it's a tough act to follow, that first one.
And I wasn't gonna try and bring this into the subject. I'm gonna do it anyway. Like, you take a character that T'Challa, we finally get something that that's good representation, alpha representation of a black hero.
The movies before,
and you get that, and once you get it, you don't have to take it away, but you found a reason to take it away. Chadwick passes away, and instead of recasting, like, this is the first time I've ever seen in any hero movie, and not even just hero movie, just any movie in general, like, someone either quits or passes away. I've never seen them say like, oh, good for the sake of this, Not gonna do it. No, fuck it.
Right.
Recast it and make it part 2. Like we're gonna use somebody else. Like you've
Right.
done that on a number of occasions, and you're taking who else do we got left to as good representation that everyone likes, and that's equally important as T'Challa in the Marvel universe. Well, nobody give a fuck about no James Rhodes was his War Machine. Like
Right.
you recasted fucking Terrence Howard because you didn't give a fuck. Like it's like it's the only other person you can really bring in, or the other two people, is Miles
Blade.
Morales, which I don't know how you're going to do because Sony has the rights to him. And how is that going to be a whole nother debacle that you did like with Tom Holland and shit like that? You got to have a whole partnership and make a whole new deal for that and everything. There's that, and then really Blue Marvel, which people don't fucking know. So it's like,
to be fair,
it's just
wait, hang on.
I just don't fucking
Sorry,
get
I think
it.
I'm wrong. I think I'm wrong. I don't know. Is Blade DC?
The audience can't hear
Blade's
you.
Marvel.
It's
Yeah,
Marvel.
Blade.
Okay,
Yeah,
well, then bring Blade then go actual original character that is everyone. Everyone loves Blade.
Yeah.
I don't. If you don't love Blade, you suck.
So the point I'm getting at with
T'Challa though.
Yeah, like I say, so like Blade, yes, Blade is popular and all that good shit and everything like that. Wesley Snipes' Blade was amazing. We get what Blade is, but the thing about what Blade and T'Challa represents two different things. You got T'Challa that represents a king, a line of royalty,
excellence.
something rich, excellence, and everything. Where you got
okay,
Blade,
yeah,
Blade is
you're
all
going
about
to
it's time to go on the streets and murder. Like it's
No, sorry, I know I fucked
You
up
know,
there. Like,
he has
I know
no
what you were
actual-
going for there. I was just thinking,
Yeah,
I was trying to think, because Blade never gets used ever, and it's like, Blade exists.
Yeah,
Please acknowledge Blade exists.
Yeah.
Oh God, he exists.
He has a
Please.
Blade has a
Damn it.
has a good role in Marvel and itself, but not as impactful as T'Challa.
No, you're right.
You
No,
never.
T'Challa's had a very specific, very important role, like when he came in, and he wasn't just badass hero comes in and kicks shit up. He was smart, and he was like, I'm going to do things my way, because that didn't agree with him. It's like, we can do it. This can be done. Disney fucked
Yeah.
him. I don't know how they did it, because he's great.
And all right,
Obviously,
Judo,
like,
come on
Chadwick
down,
died,
and then Disney, you next.
That man was great.
Yeah,
I love him.
I want to keep this short because I know a lot of people got something to say, and I don't have that much to say, so I'm gonna try to keep this short. I'm gonna be that guy, and like I'm not kidding you. I'm not trying to be that guy that swims upstream and sees things differently than everybody else, but I literally got chills watching that trailer. Like I didn't think
it's a good trailer. It's a great trailer, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but I don't normally get goosebumps from watching any kind of trailer, to be honest with you. But this one, like, you know, I heard the stuff about it. I was also a little worried, like, you know, this might not be that good. Not because they picked Siri to be the Black Panther. I actually thought that might have been like a good idea. You know, I would have went with Killmonger, but you did a great explanation on why Killmonger shouldn't be next Black Panther. Because, you know, remember a while back I was like, if they're doing multiverse shit, just bring in a nice Killmonger, you know, and let him be the Black Panther.
And they did a multiverse, and the fucking alternate version was still fucking Hitler. Like,
that was, you know,
he's bad no matter where you look at it.
Not to get stuck on that, but I mean, you explained it well that he, you know, he committed some crimes that just can't be redeemable. So fuck him. You know what I mean, I'm over that now. So you explained that to me, so I'm good with that. But yeah, like just watching the trailer, man, I literally got goosebumps. I didn't think it was gonna be that good. I know it's a trailer. I know it's there to entice us and to get us to watch it. So, you know, I'm still going to go into this not knowing what it's going to be. But that trailer did catch my attention. I didn't even, to be honest with you, I didn't even get the goosebumps for the trailer for the first Black Panther. Like I got something else. Like that first Black trailer, it gave me a feeling of like, you know, like revolution. Like let's get out there, let's do something. This one gave me a feeling of like, you know, like. There's going to be Sally. They're going to pay tribute to T'Challa. Yeah. And, you know, it's all about like the next generation and generational and Wakanda's falling because they get into this war with Atlantis. So like, there's gonna be a lot of drama and a lot of bad shit happening. But you know, the trailer keeps telling you everything's gonna be alright, everything's gonna be alright, and then I think like we're gonna get something big at the end of it. Either the little the baby that we saw, the I don't know who that was pregnant in the ocean. I don't know what the hell was going on with that, but like yeah, I think I think
He
that
got
baby
knocked up by
might
a
be
whale,
like
bro.
yeah. That was like they went Avatar with that. I don't know what's going on, but I was like, oh yeah, all right, it works. You know? but but yeah, I was what was my point? Oh yeah, I think that baby they're gonna pull a Roots, and that baby gonna like be the next King of Wakanda. That's gonna be the next Black Panther. Like not now, but you know somewhere down the line, somewhere in the MCU future. And you know just to speak on like, the tragedy that happened with Chadwick, like I think basically they just didn't have enough time. I think they would have tried to put another male in there, like another Black male, same go the same route. But I just think they didn't have enough time to do it. They had to work with what they had, unfortunately. Like
But
that's what I think. I'm not being misogynist or anything like that. I'm not saying all movies have to star males or any of that. I'm not talking about that bullshit. I'm just saying that like what you were saying, like what he represents, like what the original Black Panther represented, and not just Black people, it's just to everybody because everybody loved that movie. So I just think that they didn't have time to find a right replacement. So they're like we got to go with the sister.
That's why when I was watching
and to answer that, the baby is T'Challa's son. The baby that you saw in the trailer, that's T'Challa's son, and the chick from the first movie that T'Challa had that love interest with, that's her child.
All right, yeah. So,
but that's
I'm
like
all for
baby being in the trailer and having Shuri as Black Wakanda kind of is contradictory to me because baby is what buys you more time. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I don't understand why this couldn't be like some shit popped off. You know what I'm saying? In the next movie, or whatever however you buy yourself more time is how you reintroduce the next iteration of Black Panther. Like I just feel like they jumped the gun.
Yeah.
And
I can agree with that. But yeah, like I said, just the trailer caught me, man. Like I mean, I love the feeling that it gave me. Like I'm definitely gonna watch the trailer again a few times. So I'm down for it. That's what I had to say.
Don't get me wrong. The trailer was amazing.
It was a great trailer.
It did great.
I just it was a great trailer. Like I said earlier, I just feel like that's the best we're going to get from the movie in general. At least that's what I feel. Like the movie's not gonna make us feel how the trailer made us feel. As far as oh yeah, this is good. I feel like when we sit there watch the movie in the theaters, we're gonna be like.
The real question, Kaiju, though, is will you go back and watch that after you?
So and one other tidbit is they end up getting a new King of Wakanda as well in the movie, which is M'Baku, which is fucking weird. As you become the King of Wakanda, but Shuri is still the Black Panther. Like I don't know. All right, Diz. Come on down, Diz. After Diz, it's Frisco and then Wolf.
All right. Now, I have an idea how they could have done it, but I don't know how many people are gonna like it. When Thanos snapped and killed off half the people, if T'Challa's girlfriend, whatever, didn't go away, she could have had the kid during the 5 years. And then when he came back, after the final battle, he goes back. He was injured, didn't tell nobody because he probably wouldn't have, and he died from that. So T'Challa's dead. But by this time, he's got a 5-year-old kid. Kid grows up, and it's been whatever, blah blah blah. So, and in the beginning of this movie, there could have been a big battle royal going on in his name to give out to be the next Black Panther, and his son could have came out as the winner, and he could could have named him whatever T'Challa and whatever the last name is, and they could name the T'Challa as his middle name and go by his dad's name.
Yeah. I think he typically names his son T'Chaka after his dad in the comics.
Yeah, I think that is right.
Well,
I'm not sure.
in the comics, the son that he does have, I can't never pronounce it correctly. It starts with a R, and it's the son that he has with Storm. But in the MCU, I wouldn't be surprised if they did take that route, naming this child T'Chaka. I mean, that would only be
And
right to do so.
I mean, nobody either that or and you know how nobody ever dies in comics. Nobody, you will come back one
Yeah,
way or
nobody
another. You
died,
always come back.
at least not permanently.
By hook or by crook, it would be back. So I mean, his son could have had some kind of could have died, and as he was dying, someone like Strange or whatever could have tried to bring his, try to save him instead of bringing his soul back, or his, one way or another, it could have brought back his dad's soul into his son. Blah blah blah. You see, I mean, just a thousand ways they can do it, but let's just see if they don't do it without a joke or some bullshit.
Right.
I mean, but
See, and this,
what you were
I'm
saying
actually
about
my phone is
I'm
actually
sorry.
blowing up right now because everyone is fucking messaging me on Facebook, everything like that, talking about the fucking trailer drop, and a lot of these responses ain't happy. I'm looking at the chats and shit right now. Yeah, so yeah, I don't know about this.
But what about Falcon though? You're not, because actually here, I live in Louisiana. Actually, there's more Falcon fans than there are Black Panther fans. Because
Really?
Falcon's from Louisiana. Actually, it's only
Yeah.
the town they use is like 2.5 hours from where I live.
So like the thing,
that's
but the
lit.
thing about Falcon is he has the potential to be that new character, but they have to utilize it, and they haven't done it yet. As that's one of the issues right there. Like, you're calling him Falcon, he's Captain America, and until people get out
Yeah.
that mindset that he's Captain America and not Falcon, it's not going to change for him.
Yeah.
So
a good
Disney or Marvel, they have to capitalize on him picking up that mantle with the Winter Soldier series that just passed, and make him
Yeah.
stand by himself like Chris Evans did as Captain America, and let Sam be Captain America and start his journey, and not be carried, not have some crazy assistance by somebody to where, like, when Steve Rogers Captain America was doing stuff, the supporting cast he had, it was cool to have him there, but he would have succeeded if they weren't there still. Whereas in when we had Sam, he would not have succeeded if Winter Soldier was in that series with him. If Winter
Right.
Soldier wasn't there, he wouldn't have succeeded. So
Yeah,
Right.
but
we
you have
need to
I'm
get it
sorry.
to where he can succeed, and people will start having the respect for that character and putting that character in a new light to where, like, yeah, this is something we can have that makes us feel okay about having the proper representation in there.
Oh, I understand all that. I really
they
do.
have to pick up on
But
it.
you gotta remember, like Nick Fury. Nick Fury has. I mean, Sam really has no powers other than his suit. Okay, he'll need it back. Just like Nick Fury. Nick Fury has no power, and the reason he's so because it's his mind, and he's the people that he works with. He works with the best. If you're not the best, you will not even get near Nick Fury's group. Go out on a mission. Well, not you. You'll be on cafeteria duty. So
Right.
so granted, so you gotta look at it that way. I mean, you also gotta look at what he's working with. Steve Rogers had the super serum serum in him. That helped. That right there makes him into an army. Sam really doesn't have that. Sam does need backup. That doesn't. But the thing is, it's his presence. It's the way he comes to people. Like, well, no, hold on. You ain't gonna tell me. Like he said, you ain't gonna tell me what I can and can't do, what I can't fight for. That's right there what makes him the standout. That's what made him step up. That's what made a lot of people stand up and go, whoa, this dude ain't playing games. He's not playing games. He doesn't have the abilities that Captain America has. Or Black Panther, after he took the Lotus. Yeah. That's what gave him his ability. That's what made him stand out, where he could walk into a crowd of people, throw him overboard, make it look like nothing, just like Cap did. All Sam could do I mean, don't get me wrong. Like I said, Sam is smart, and that's what he's gonna have to step up and do. Like you said, he does have to stand and step up and do it. But I think the way he used, so when he won that, like at the end when he went up to the senators and said, "Oh, whoa, whoa, you can do this. One call, you can have all this shit fixed. So what you gonna do? You gonna sit on your ass? Or you gonna do it?" And he throws it right back at them, twists everything that they want, puts it right back in their face, and now they're looking at it like, shit. What do we do? And that's what, and that's what. And at first, don't get me wrong.
They set him up properly. They set him up to give him the potential to be this centerpiece of a character. It's right now. It's up to Disney and Marvel to capitalize on that setup.
Yeah.
And let him be able to stand on his own and not with
if he can do it.
Yeah. So I guess the question is there isn't no question that if he can do it is if they allow him to. Because if you're a fan of the comics like I am and stuff like that, seen the comics, like in the comics, that's one of the main things that they show with Captain America, like Sam Wilson, Captain America, is like he literally does the same shit that Cap does with less, no superpowers, anything like that. He takes on the same kind of type of villains and everything like that and succeeds. So they got to do the same thing with the MCU to fill that void with the loss of the child. Like that's a good point. They just have to capitalize on it. They have the potential there. They just got to do it.
Well, one thing with X-Men, I know Storm ain't gonna be no joke. If they bring her out right, Storm ain't gonna be no joke. But I'm now that Disney's actually doing R-rated movies like Deadpool and all that. I mean, I can see them doing a good PG-13 X-Men if they do it right, and that's the whole thing. Will they do it right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If they did another X-Men, of course I would see it. But it's like we got so many X-Men movies. It's like, do I really want to see one of those stories redone again? It's like
now it's gonna be mixed up with the MC verse. So
yeah, like I don't want to see an origin story. I don't want to see they're recruiting the X-Men. Like I don't want to see none of that. Just bring them in and be like they've already been doing their thing. We just ain't seen it. Like just give me, don't give me a fucking remake of
kind of like 007. Don't need to see an origin. Just if you give us new actors, just give us a good actor, give us a good script. We can go with it.
Yeah.
Just go with it. If you want to bring somebody else as Wolverine, do it. But get a good actor that's going to do it right and get, not half-ass it. And don't worry about putting in, big like Schwarzenegger, blah blah. This person. Bring in people who want to do it.
Right.
Yeah. Bring in people who can do it.
There's another Expendables coming out now that you mention it.
Oh, you got me kidding.
Yeah, dead serious. There's another one coming out.
That can't be real.
All right.
Yep.
Wow. Okay.
Oh, I think I believe that.
Okay.
Appreciate that, Diz. Yeah, now you said that, there is another Expendables coming out with all the same cast. Yeah, they're doing it. I know it's like, okay, I know people are like, oh, come on, like these motherfuckers is too old to be doing this at this point. But I want you to sit and really think about it. We have once they're gone, like Stallone, Schwarzenegger, once they're gone. So like once they die, so does the term action hero.
Right.
Like we got action stars and stuff like that, but we don't have action heroes anymore. Like Jean-Claude Van Damme, Wesley Snipes, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sylvester Stallone. Like you don't have action heroes anymore. You got, of course, Marvel characters, and every now and then you have an action movie with somebody that does some good shit. But like Jet Li, Jackie Chan, like those are action heroes, and they're going to be gone. And like once they go, that genre is on with them. Like, and it's crazy to me. Like, how can that be? Why is that? Is that why we're getting Expendables? Because you can't find new people to be a new generation of action heroes. Add that you have to live off of these old like motherfuckers that shouldn't be doing this. It's dangerous for them to be doing these stunts and shit. Like granted, they want, especially Sylvester Stallone, like he wants to do that shit, but it's like we need new action heroes, and like even like they need to just move on and find it to give these guys a. Go ahead, Frisco.
Thanks. Hey, I have a couple of questions and then just a couple of comments. It's gonna be quick. First question is M'Baku from Wakanda. What's his anti-hero or villain name in the comic books? He's like the ape. What is he? He's
the white ape.
Is he the white ape? Because I knew the white wolf was Winter Soldier.
That's
I didn't
Hunter.
know if
Yeah.
it- Yeah.
White
okay.
Wolf is Hunter. He's T'Challa's adopted brother,
Okay. Cool. I thought it was.
which
I thought it was
happens to
Winter
be
Soldier
which
for
happens to
little
be a
bit.
white man.
Yeah. See, I knew M'Baku was an ape or something, but
yeah.
Second question is, I came in, my headset's charged now, as you can see, and I came in and you guys are comparing Blade with Black Panther. Is what we talking about, like, you know, African American or black superheroes in general and the impact on it, or was it?
We showed the Black Panther trailer.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and by the way, Kajudo, man, I just got tears. I watched it twice, dude. I got choked up and goosebumps. I'm excited about it. And I just wanted to say, my comment was, the baby in the trailer, isn't that Namor? Because it shows him.
Yeah, it might be.
With the baby that's getting bored underwater, and then it shows the little boy in part of the scenes that walks out of the water and then becomes a man. Then it shows the king float down. I think
I was
that's
thinking that too.
that's I was thinking it's Namor was the baby being born in the water because he's an Atlantean or whatever they're called from Atlantis. But
good point.
I don't know. I could be wrong. That was what I got from watching the trailer. That was what I got from watching the trailer, was that baby was him. Which I'm super stoked about. It's my son's favorite character of all time since he was a little kid. I don't know why, because he's not mainstream. I never had a comic book with him in it, but he saw it and it wasn't Aquaman. It was Namor. So it's cool. I just showed it with Christian and Christian's excited.
Nice.
But yeah, just overall, man, like
the very first mutant, actually.
Oh, really? I thought that was Apocalypse.
Yes. No, well, as far as lore wise, yes, but as far as the first mutant to be put in publishing, was the very first mutant character Marvel showed up, like brought to light in like 1930 something or something like that.
My last comment was, since you guys were talking about Blade, you just brought him up. Man, November 2023. You guys know me. You know I'm all about Blade. I know I'm excited to see what Homeboy can do. I know he's not Wesley, but man, dude, the fact that they said November 2023 today, I don't know if you guys saw that. I saw it a while ago. I had a picture from the announcements and it said Blade November 2023 in theaters.
Yep.
So yeah, that's all I wanted to say. I'm so excited for Wakanda Forever. I don't know. It does look very sad though. You could tell when I saw the picture of T'Challa when they were beating the drums, you know, and I could kind of tell it had a funeral sense. You showed the people crying on the side, and you know, mom's out there just, you know, watching the ocean, and it was just, you could tell it's gonna be a very emotional movie, which should be good.
Maybe like I'm probably being a dick about it, or whatever like that. But like even with that scene when they showed the billboard of, you know, his face and everything like that, you know, a normal person would be like, you know, that's cool that they, you know, did a proper send off for him in the movies and all that. But in my head, I'm like, you sons of bitches shouldn't have did this. Like you should have fucking. Why did you kill this motherfucker off in the movie?
Right.
Like, you know, I get.
So unexpected.
Sorry.
Yeah.
On that topic, did you think they should have recasted him rather than go with his sister?
Like T'Challa should have been recasted.
No.
You recast everyone else that are core characters. Hulk was a core character. You recasted him not once, not twice, but 3 fucking times. The same thing with War Machine. Key character. Well, not really key character, but you still recasted him. Like, we've had plenty of key characters recasted. In the MCU, like there's no.
I just think.
I was just naming off.
I just think. I personally I'm personally happy they're not recasting him just because of the fact like it's the best send off for Chadwick, man. Like he played this character like nobody else can, man. I mean that's just my opinion, you know.
I mean, we don't know that because he's the only person
the
that
only.
played him. So it's like
true.
And I truly believe like they could have found someone to to play him, to play T'Challa
In
or
an
whatnot.
opposite light though, like we would have imagine having that same sentiment for the Joker. We would have never got Heath Ledger. You know what I'm saying? Like some things be shown in a different light and allow the community to dictate what's going to be the new.
Yeah, like you mean to tell me like there's no way you can tell me that if I sit here and ask Kevin Feige right now, like, look, if Robert Downey Jr. died filming Iron Man 2, would you have not recast this motherfucker? If Chris Evans died in the first Captain America, would you have let Captain America character like die in general? Just remove him from the story completely. No, you fucking would not have done that because the character itself is too detrimental to the story.
Too important.
Which is the same thing with T'Challa, but you're letting it go.
Right, but with the whole Joker thing, from Heath Ledger and then now Joaquin Phoenix, they're
those
different,
are completely different.
Yeah, it's different. So when you recast characters like that, but if it's in the same storyline, I just like. I mean, Iron Man or not Iron Man, War Machine, yeah, it was a one-off. Same thing with the Hulk, they did that. He wasn't as significant. Black Panther made a huge impact in the MCU. Chadwick Boseman's face is forever Black Panther and so many people. I just think it would have went over wrong if they would have tried to recast that, no matter how badass the guy is. People thought that there wasn't going to be another better Superman than Christopher Reeves. Well, I love Henry Cavill as Superman. I love Henry Cavill as Superman.
Before that, they did Brandon Routh because he looked like Christopher Reeves.
Yeah, I don't know.
And his movie was a sequel to the fucking Christopher Reeve movie.
Henry Cavill
doesn't.
Brandon Ruth, it's more Christopher Reeve.
Come on down to the microphone, Wolf. Come to
Superman.
Come to the microphone.
Superman.
To the microphone.
You mentioned that, my brain went fucking just yell. Just start talking. It'll be fine. It'll make sense to everyone eventually.
Yeah, like when you're over here like talking and side bantering or whatever like that. The audience can't hear you. Yeah, the audience can't hear you. You got this.
I'm sorry to everyone then, because I just ran and it's like that makes sense to me. I need to say this. Now. The point is, the Chris Reeve thing that makes sense to an extent because it's like the Brandon Ruth thing. He was supposed to be that Superman, so it's like that's the reason he had slight similarities physically. So it was like Christopher Reeve is dead at that point. There's no coming back from that. He's not jumping in going, "I'm Superman, boys."
Oh shit! Okay.
Dead. It's all in one. But
yeah, he's got to reset it up. What up, Jack? Thanks for tuning in, man. Coming to the show. This is the Nerds of Combat VR talk show. We talk about everything nerd related, whether it's comic books, movies, anime, TV shows, video games, all that good shit. We meet every Saturday, 6 p.m. Central Time. And we say what the fuck we want here. It's not a kid-friendly zone. If you want to weigh in on it or bring up your own topic, you can click the raise hand button in the bottom right, and you can come on down to the microphone here and give your take. Today was a special occasion because of Comic-Con, so we started at 7 and we're just going forward. Well, this is side B of the Comic-Con show. We just got done watching the trailer for Black Panther. We got our thoughts on it and everything like that. We got two audience members that's excited to see the movie. Rest of us, not so much. We're going to see it, but we're not excited just based off of what we kind of know and what we see is going on. But
I mean, I'm excited.
I'm hoping
to be in the Black Panther
hoping
universe.
I'm wrong. Yeah, like I'm hoping I'm wrong. That's it. I hope I'm wrong, and it's still a bummer that T'Challa is gone. Like it just
man, and it was just so unexpected. So I can't blame them in a lot of ways in terms of how they reacted, to continuing the project after he died. But with the introduction of the multiverse and stuff, there's like so many creative ways you could have figured out how to kind of save the character, but
Yeah.
well,
Yeah. So it's just we just gotta wait and see what happens.
Right.
Let's try to bring the mood back up. Moving on. I guess the best way to bring something up, bring the mood up, is to Groot, see something adorable.
Yeah.
I guess.
I think Vin Diesel was on one of the Expendable movies, wasn't he? Am I tripping?
Yeah, I think no, I don't know. I don't think he was. Really?
I'm Groot. I am Groot. I am Groot. I am Groot.
Yeah.
See,
yes, sir.
This is one of those childish things that you can appreciate.
Accepted.
Yeah,
Right.
this is one of those childish things you can appreciate. You know you know how the character is. You know that this is an infant version of Groot. He's he's a fucking kid. He has a kid mentality and everything. Like this is and the fact that he's exploring life itself. It's just a cool concept. This show is pretty much baby Groot living his day-to-day life. No fucking missions. It's just it's basically like strapping a camera to your pet cat and just see what he does throughout the day when you let him outside.
Pretty much, yeah.
So this is definitely something I can get behind. I will watch it just because.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like probably what 5 to 7 minutes per episode. So I mean, easy to just blast through, check out, consume, and move on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What you got for it?
It looks entertaining. Looks cool. I'm a fan of the short concept anyway, and just like that kind of art style and delivery. So, I couldn't really tell or pick up if it was gonna have like the Love Death Robot kind of different art styles in each one, or if it was the same consistent thing.
It looks the same. It may be.
I think it's the same.
The same. Okay. But yeah, no. Overall, I'm into that delivery, and like you said, there's a time and a place for the humor. Groot is obviously somebody that you don't need to take super serious. So this is the perfect opportunity for them to really get off some of those liners that they be fucking dying over. So,
and this is this is a cool opportunity to where there's not a lot of pressure because you're not following some crazy ass storyline. You don't have to one up yourself each and everything. Like you're doing these little, you said 7 minutes, right? Like 7-minute shorts.
Yeah, I assume like pretty damn short. It's like 6 episodes. So
yeah, like every other month, drop like 3 little short clips of like him just doing some random shit. What you doing? Like it's not something that you have to pressurize. It's just something to quickly enjoy. Let me watch this real quick. Haha, that's cool. That's enjoyable. That's adorable. Whatever it is, like feeling you get from it.
Exactly.
You get it and you move on. There's no pressure involved. I'm with it. Are there other characters they can possibly do this with in the MCU? I don't think so. I don't can't at least I can't think of anything. From what I'm seeing from these shorts is I'm glad that there's no Rocket attached to it. Yes, Rocket and Groot have a cool dynamic, but to see how Groot is by himself. He's not being supervised or under parental control, I guess you could say, when it comes to Rocket. It's just cool to see how like he does get a breathing, like how he lives his life. So like that's cool to see. Let's see, we got hands raised. All right, Steam, come on down. Then it's Frisco, then Judo.
First off, I am Groot. Yeah, I think this is adorable. I like this concept because like you got this. You did. I hate to say it. We never got enough of Baby Groot. I really hate to say it. You can never get enough of Baby Groot. And I hate teenage Groot. I just hate teenage Groot.
Yeah,
I mean, most people hate teenagers.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I was just finna say.
It's like I'm kind of glad we got to see how adorable the little fucker was before he became a teenager.
Yep. Agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to see how this plays out. I'll watch it.
Cool, man.
Yeah.
That's all I really had to
should
say.
be-
Agreed.
Appreciate
Should be
that,
a
Steve.
nice, easy watch. Like you said, adorable. It's fun. I'm mainly interested in like the animation and the creativity and it's all the zany adventures he can possibly get into. So
Well, by the looks of it looks like he's just doing a. What am I gonna do today? That's basically what it looks like. Like, what's today's agenda? It looks like something like
5 minutes of
like first thing we get interest to is the little people storyline.
yeah. Now it would be cool if they did drop a like, a character showed up every once in a
anyone
while
does
or
show
every
up.
split second.
Well, if anyone does show up,
Pretty
it's gonna be Rocket. To be honest with you, maybe
Maybe
Drax,
we'll
just
fucking-
maybe.
Do like a fucking a Muppets baby type thing or Count Chicken type of thing. Like he's so small and everything anyway. Like a certain character walks by and you see the boots of somebody. Like okay, that's clearly
Right.
so and so walking past,
Right.
or talking
right,
to them or
yeah.
some shit like that. Something like
Something
that.
like that. Yep.
Where you don't
Yeah,
see
yeah,
the
clearly.
actual character, you see like some distinctive figure.
Some webbing or some
Or a
shit,
silhouette of somebody or shadow.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, still-
that could work.
Fucking fight scene
that would
going
be
on in the background and shit. That'd be crazy.
Right.
It would be. Because, like, I'm kind of curious about this. Is like, why is he alone? Because like there should be no reason he's away from the Guardian. Plain simple, unless they forgot him. Like
I mean, it could be one of them.
probably just left them on some planet and he's just wandering.
Probably.
It could be
That's a
one
good
of them
point.
things though, where like all this is happening possibly in the same day or within the same weekend. Like they're probably somewhere like stocking up supplies,
that
preparing the
happens
ship, and
within,
he's
like,
just
the
out
first-
doing what he wants to do. Like it could be that. or
Well,
something,
unless that
like,
happens like
who
within a
knows?
week of them forming the Guardians from him being a sprout, I don't see that happening.
I don't know, man. They all kind of do their own thing in some way or another. Like, who knows? We probably won't even get an explanation for that because they're just random shorts anyway.
Yeah.
All I can say, I better see Groot have those headphones on that you see Star-Lord with all the time. I better see him dancing to the music. That's all I have to say because it'll just
Damn.
be adorable.
And I
To the
wonder
second movie.
if I wonder if the inspiration behind this short film series is if they noticed the reaction from people when you saw the Guardians 2 and stuff like that with Baby Groot, and when they was fighting the monster and he was like kind of struggling, moving stuff around and everything like that. Like everybody was like, "Oh, that's fucking adorable. Like that's cool. Like that you got him just kind of doing his own little thing while everyone else is fucking struggling fighting this big ass monster."
Right.
And
But they still
that
got an eye
and-
on him. Like, hey,
Yeah,
get that out your mouth.
yeah.
Stop messing with
Like,
that.
and like
I
even
wouldn't be
the
surprised.
other scene where fucking Rocket is like, okay, take this down there. You don't connect this wire to here. You connect this wire to here, and you wait for to press the button. He's like, together, like, no. That's not how you do it. Like how he's trying to explain to him, he just don't fucking get it. Like it's just, I think those moments may have inspired this. Like, yeah, we could probably do some shit with Groot. That's
I know.
small,
I
but
just can't
entertaining.
wait. You gotta admit, Groot's like the best character in Marvel. He really is. It's so simple. He's so simple.
I would say
say that.
Yeah. Fucking, you like, no, Batista.
Well, yeah, that's Doc, but Doc's not here, so we say no
Yeah,
date.
Doc
Are
missed
they
out on a
streaming?
good show. He missed out on a good show tonight.
He really did, but we have to get at him somehow.
Yeah.
All right.
I appreciate that, Steam.
Thank
All
you,
right,
sir.
Judo, come on down, and then is you next. All right, guys, Judo, take a sweet ass time.
Yo, I got. Yo,
You just standing around looking like you fucking zipping up your pants or some shit, and there's
like there's another guy Judo in the room. Who, me?
So what happened was I was using that fucked up web browser in Altspace, and I got fucking caught in the browser. I was trying to walk in that
Looking
shit.
at porn.
That shit
Look,
caught me
in
like
the
a
fucking
fucking
browser.
fly trap. I couldn't walk out of that shit.
So what you get
You know what just happened?
during
He was
our
on
show.
his browser. Yeah, he was on his browser and we called his name. He's like, "Oh shit, trying to close out X videos and shit, trying to fucking come back to the
Right,
conversation."
bro. Round and brown.
Big Booty Butt Cheeks Volume 3.
Throughout that time, man, y'all cut into my porn watch time, so you know. Like
But in the middle of the show, come on, man.
No, but yeah, this looks great, man. I definitely want to see it. I'm with all of y'all, like I want to see this, but I'm just curious to know. Anybody know what timeline it is? Because he's a teenager now, so how's he a kid again? So they're like doing another prequel kind of thing.
I'm assuming that this isn't connected to the actual timeline. I think this is just some random shit that they're doing. I don't think it has any kind of connectivity to what's going on in the story and something. Like they just took Baby Groot and like we're gonna do what the fuck we want. I think that's what's going on here.
Or some type of
Yeah,
prequel.
it'll be funny. It'll be funny because you know a lot of people waiting for like some big revelation in MCU. It'll be funny if that shit happens on the Groot show. Just know.
Yeah.
You get like the fucking X-Men show up and Baby Groot show. Nobody knows.
Right,
Shit
the
is
biggest
like-
fucking drop of all time.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's all
You
I had to
didn't
say.
watch
That's
fucking
what I
Groot?
watched.
You didn't watch I Am Groot? What the fuck is wrong with you? How could you not?
All right, Diz, come on down. And then Frisco, you
All right.
next.
Yeah, like the shorts, I love them myself too. Like Edna when she babysat Jack from The Incredibles. That's short.
Oh yeah.
Then you got the short from like Doug Days. And and also
seen
the
that.
Baymax, the little Baymax things that happen.
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, with
one
the-
of
yeah,
them-
I haven't watched. I seen
Haven't
one
seen those yet.
episode of the Baymax of the
Oh
Baymax
man,
shorts.
'Cause I'm
They're
was
good
sitting
though. I
there.
can tell.
It was playing. And then one episode came on, and the girl was having her first period, and Baymax was trying to help her. I'm like, wait, what? What the hell?
Damn.
I
Oh,
found the hell
wow.
out, man. Yeah, my wife was like, what the hell? I said, I have no idea what the hell's going on.
Honey, I can explain.
Yeah,
Right,
I'm like,
right.
what the hell is that about? So I mean, Disney does the shorts really good. So I'm looking for this to be really good. And like somebody was saying about maybe they left and Groot might have jumped out of the ship before they took off. That might be a way to introduce Nova. Let Nova come at the very end, pick him up, and fly him back to the Guardians.
Yeah.
But other than that, so I'm looking forward to that. I didn't even know this was even coming on. I heard they were doing a
Yeah.
Groot series, but I thought it was going to be a full series, not a bunch of shorts. But this should be funny.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to this myself.
I think the shorts was a better like option for this. I don't know if you can do a 30-minute,
Right.
like 10 episodes
Standalone.
of standalone Baby Groot. I think that would be very. If you did, it was successful.
Maybe like
you did some
Rugrats or
damn
some
good.
shit.
Yeah, you did some
Yeah.
damn good writing or something. Like you found a good. Like I don't know. if
Saving
you
that
can-
for.
Yeah.
I was saving that
You said
for like a Baby Yoda spinoff.
Right.
Groot and
Or
Baby
short.
Yoda.
Right.
Or across the galaxy or some shit.
No dialogue for 60 minutes.
All right, Frisco, you up next. Appreciate that, Diz.
So yeah, first thing I want to say is maybe this could be a prequel because I was thinking the same thing that Kajudo asked. Someone asked, wasn't he a teenager last time? So maybe you do see at the very end of these shorts, he does see like Rocket's feet or something. You know, like I don't know,
Mhm.
meets Rocket Raccoon for the first time. But I will say I love shorts. You got to remember, like Who Framed Roger Rabbit? They had that little baby short at the beginning. And you're like, who else should get a short in the MCU? Man, Spider Ham, dude. Did you imagine they did a little Spider Ham short beginning of every Spider-Man movie? Just like a little 10-minute like
cool.
you know, like wait for the movie to start. Just like a little adventure where he's fighting Green Goblin or he meets Captain America. You know, all that shit. That's all I was thinking about that. But yeah, the Baby Groot. It looks pretty cool. But yeah, I was thinking myself that it would be a prequel. That's at least what I was thinking. But Static, you could be right. It could just be like, you know, just Baby Groot, just I don't know, not even tied in. But I would like to think that when the shorts are all said and done, it's going to lead to somewhere, and whether it's Nova or, you know, Rocket Raccoon somehow meeting him, like, what is this, you know, and picks it up, picks his plan or something. I don't know, but that's all I have to say. Looks pretty funny though.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, like if it is connected to, like, if they find a way to connect it to, you know, the rest of the Guardians and actually connect it to the timeline itself, it'll be cool to see, like, the very last short that we get is like him playing around with having his fucking good old time, la 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 la. Then you hear Rocket like, "Dude, I've been calling you for an hour. Get your ass in the ship. We're trying to go." Like this whole time he was just passing time and everything like that, or whatever.
I think something's wrong with my battery. I think something's wrong with my battery in my headset, so it's dying again. So I just want to say, everybody, good night. It's happy to be back, and awesome show, guys.
Yeah.
Later,
it's
bro.
probably
Let's
it is probably time to close it out because I know everybody got stuff to do and everything. Like, it's getting late. This is the latest we've ran the show. Y'all want to go ahead and close it out, and then I guess carry the rest of this like stuff, mainly DC stuff, and more next week. Oh shit, you know,
that'd be cool.
Actually, I won't be here next week. Actually,
Or do it the week after.
I don't know. I might. I don't know. We'll see. I'll check tomorrow if I can schedule it or something like that. But with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and close it out. All right, y'all. This is the Nerds of Combat show. Thank you for tuning in, where we talk about everything nerd related: comic books, video games, anime, TV shows, all that bullshit. It's Comic-Con weekend or week, and this is my co-host to the right here.
I am Groot.
You can rock with that. And then we'll co-host to the left here.
What's up, y'all? Emoji so dope. Thanks for tuning in.
That's his Groot.
Appreciate y'all.
You should have said I am Groot as well. But this is just a fucking little bit.
My own thing. Copyright infringement.
Usually there's an after show that happens. I don't know if they're going to do it or not tonight.
No, we're not doing one tonight.
The show rants for so long, but that's up to them. But thank y'all for tuning in, and we are out of here. Y'all have a good night.